following is a presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live, your new home for Chieftain Athletics. It's time for the Chieftains on your new home for Tonganoxie High School Athletics. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by It's time for the Chieftains, right here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another presentation of Chieftain Athletics on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's a beautiful Friday night in Spring Hill, Kansas, as Week 2 action brings us a highly anticipated Frontier League matchup between the Tonganoxie Chieftains and the Spring Hill Broncos. Welcome in, everybody. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. We are back in action here. Let's keep the hot momentum rolling our side right now. Chieftains coming into this one. They're going to take on the Spring Hill Broncos. No better matchup in my book, partner, to open up Frontier League play than against Spring Hill, a team that you went down to the wire in last year, and it's expected to be another classic here.
Yeah, I think so. And not only that, but the Chieftains are coming back nearly at full strength. They're missing Talon Langford, but other than that, they got a full healthy squad. So we're really looking for a good matchup tonight.
And this presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live, as always, is presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, you'll find personalized coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, call 913-369-6600. And you are watching, this is the S&S Body pregame show. Since 1972, S&S Body Shop has been the place to go to in Tonganoxie for auto body and repair work. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. And talk about getting back in the game here. Chieftains doing just exactly that last week. A big win against Baser Linwood. It was one of those games, even though they ended up winning by 14, 34-20, it seemed like one of those games that Tongi, they really just had control of it throughout the whole entire time. It never really seemed in doubt.
No, I mean, in fact, Tongi defense actually held Baser's offense to 0 points until the third quarter. First two scores they gave up were on miscues on our special teams kickoff. So, I think you have to feel pretty good about that. If you can shore up your special teams, I think you can look for a really good contest tonight.
Yeah, just clean up the special teams. But I think you and I, we kind of talked about this. If you're coming into a game and you look back on last week and you say, we really just need to clean up on the special teams, like that's the phase out of offense, defense, and special teams that needs the most cleaning up, the most work. You played a pretty solid football game, I think. And
yeah, no question.
I think Coach Troyer and them, they're going to agree with you. But nonetheless, special teams definitely needs to clean it up a little bit. We'll have more breakdown of last week's matchup and plenty more coming up here on the S&S Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at S&SAutoandBody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Welcome back to the S&S Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It is now time for our Around the Area matchups brought to you by Brothers Market, serving the Tonganoxie community since 2014. You can check out their weekly ads and specials in store or on their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. And let's keep it here in 4A right now. Bishop Miege, the Stags are on the road against Blue Valley Southwest and the Timberwolves. Should be a great matchup there. The Blue Valley Tigers will be taking on the defending 4A state champ, St. James Academy Thunder. Keep it rolling here in 4A newcomers last season. St. Thomas Aquinas, now in their second year in Classification 4A in football. They take on the Huskies from Blue Valley Northwest. Getting a little closer, back into a little bit of UKC action. Big rivals here, Piper Pirates and Basler Linwood Bobcats. Basler looking to bounce back last week off an opening week loss to Tonganoxie. DeSoto against Washburn Rural. Shawnee Heights against Lansing. That should be another great matchup there. Topeka West Chargers versus the Leavenworth Pioneers. And then the Turner Golden Bears against the Topeka Seaman Vikings. And now around the Frontier League, Ottawa on the road at Baldwin, taking on the Bulldogs. Baldwin, their home opener of the season after dropping last week against a very tough Eudora Cardinals squad. Speaking of Eudora, they are on the road looking to go up 2-0 on the year as they take on the Bonner Springs Braves, who Spring Hill just absolutely obliterated last week, hanging up 50-plus points on them. Paola against Lewisburg, a battle of the felines there. Panthers taking on the Wildcats. And then, of course, this matchup here, Tonganoxie against Spring Hill, arguably probably one of the top games in 4A/5A, and also, but the Frontier League, I think you got to put it up there. It's probably the game of the week in and around the Frontier League. It's one of those games that it has a lot of playoff implications and seeding implications when we start getting into October and early November already here in week 2.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I mean, that's, especially if the Chieftains can come away with a win on the road, that's even bigger.
Yeah, we will step aside. We will take another break, and when we come back, we will get into that breakdown and analysis of last week's game against Basler Linwood here on the Chieftain Sports Network, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Haugen at Midwest Chiropractic offer caring, high-quality, and comprehensive care, including chiropractic care, acupuncture, and school and DOT physicals. Now offering Saturday appointments in Bonner Springs and Tonganoxie to better serve you. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongirec.org or call 913-845-3502. Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time. With chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy. Now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
I didn't know what a derecho was. Didn't know that kind of storm existed. I didn't worry a bit about my coverage. It did not let me down. I was not caught blindsided. The secret is to have an agent that gets you insured for your needs. If you don't have Farm Bureau, you don't have good insurance.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Welcome back to the SNS Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. We are just about ready for kickoff. Just under 15 minutes to go, so no better time. Let's look back on that matchup last week against Baseline Linwood. It was definitely a great one for the Chieftains. A lot of star performances, and let's start with Isaiah Holthouse. You know, we talked about him during the pregame show last week. There was a lot of talk and a lot of hype around him, and not just from us, a lot of publications around Kansas, a lot of high school sports publications really believing that he was going to take that big step in his senior year and really set himself up for some success at the next level. He only needed 3 catches last week, 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's about 35 yards per catch. Pretty solid there, you know, short work, but still being pretty effective. And one-on-one, Baseline Linwood just could not have an answer for him. And good job for Trevor McGraw also finding those mismatches and getting them the ball.
Yeah, and I think that's who we need to talk about next is Trevor McGraw. I think after we reviewed some of the statistics after that game, I think he had a quarterback rating of like 148.
Yeah, he was
kind of unheard of for a high school quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, he played a phenomenal game, and like we talked about, he was our Kevin Gallagher American Family Insurance Player of the Game during our post-game show, and we will crown another Kevin Gallagher American Family Insurance Player of the Game tonight as well. So a lot of candidates coming into this one, but we will announce that win or loss during our Brothers Market post-game show tonight here on Tongi Sports Live. He definitely, a lot of questions were coming in around him. Is the arm, you know, can he still put it together? Because we hadn't seen him play a full football game at the varsity level since he was a sophomore in high school. He only threw 2 passes as a junior, and one of them was an interception that he ended up, unfortunately, breaking his collarbone and being knocked out for the season. He came out last week, put a lot of doubters to sleep, and I think and I, we had some of our doubts just saying, can he still do it? And I think he definitely proved that and then some. Final stat line for him, 13 of 20, 230 yards, 18 yards per average, 3 touchdowns, no interception. And like you said, 143.8 is the official QBR. 153 points, something or other.
That's almost perfect.
That's perfect QBR for those that might not be so in tune with the football stats and acronyms, but yeah, I mean 143.8 at the high school level. That's a heck of a game.
It is. He had a heck of a game.
He stood in there, even Baser Linwood, when they would bring pressure, he would stay in the pocket. He would take some hits. He never got out of a clean pocket too early.
Yeah.
He just really had a good pocket presence about him. And when it was time to run, he did know when it was time to run. He would scamper, get some positive yardage. Never got the Chieftains really in any negative net yardage or going backwards. So that was a huge first game for him, and it's going to be even more crucial to come out and do it tonight against this Bronco defense, who they're also going to be coming after him.
Oh, no question about that. But I think we got to give some love to the offensive linemen too, because they kept him clean. I mean, I don't believe he was sacked at all, and he was able to get in there and step up in the pocket and make some critical throws to his wide receivers.
Yeah, this was something, and I had mentioned that this is the group that I'm watching through the whole year, and it starts with Leeper, Sparks, Fisher, Helm, and Folsom from left to right. That is your starting 5 offensive line for Tonganoxie. And they were outmanned, the majority, outmanned and outsized by Baser Linwood last week. And Baser Linwood, having the advantage of having some extra players, they were able to play just one side of the ball. They were going against majority of players that just play defense. They had some two-way players, but Tongi has the majority of the line was two-way players, and they still held their own. And like I said, last year they were the controlled and not the controlling. And I think last week they definitely showed they didn't 100% control. Baser Linwood still, they got theirs, but they showed that ability that say, hey, we could come out and we could control in the trenches, and we're going to dictate how this game is going to go. We're going to open up lanes for our running backs. We're going to give our quarterback plenty of time to hit our receivers, and they definitely played a much better game. Same on the defensive side as well.
Yeah, and they're really going to get a stiff test tonight because in our post-game interview with Coach Troyer, he was saying how stout the Spring Hill defense is. So we're going to get a good test tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the offensive side for Spring Hill as well, you know, we come in, Colton Brusman, he's the bell cow running back for us, 190 yards last week on 39 carries. Colton McKenna, he was a man that last year for Spring Hill, a lot of them thought that he should have been the starter over Draven Pipkin.
Yeah.
And he's a senior this year, and he is definitely a star in the making. He's going to have a big senior year. Chieftain defense are going to have their hands full with him.
Yeah, no question about that. I mean, they're going to have to step up, and you can't arm tackle this kid. It's just like Colton Brusman. You cannot arm tackle him, or he's going to break that tackle and get 3 to 5 extra yards.
All right, so we're going to step aside. We're going to take one more quick break here. When we come back, we're going to have our starting lineups and our keys to the game, and, of course, kickoff. It's all coming up next here. A big Frontier League Classic on tap next on Tongi Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
So now we're going to roll into our starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Team Tongi. Team Tongi has donated more than $190,000 to Tonganoxie families, and those funds have been used for help in transportation to doctor's appointments, treatments, paying for medication or utility bills, and so much more. To learn how you can help make a difference and to learn about upcoming Team Tongi events, check out their website at www.teamtongi.com. We'll get into our starting lineups now for the Chieftains. We start on that offensive line. It starts with Leaper, number 52, Sparks, number 65, Fisher, number 79, Helm, number 53, and Folsom, number 56. In the backfield is the senior quarterback, McGraw, number 10, Bruisman, number 16, and then wide receivers, Brown, number 5, Holthouse, number 81, Brendan Briley, number 25, and Pankey, the senior tight end, number 11, rounds it out. Now they roll into the starting lineup. On the defensive side, off the edges, you're going to have Holthouse, 81, and Folsom, 56. In the middle, Leaper, 52, and Messersmith, number 20. Linebackers, Pankey, number 11, Bruisman, number 16, and Hand, number 22. And in the defensive backfield, you have Bailey, number 85, Glover, number 2, Briley, number 25, and Brown, number 5. So majority of Chieftains be playing both ways tonight, as usual here at Tonganoxie, and they will have their work cut out for them against a very tough Bronco offense and defense. Now let's get into our keys of the game tonight, and these are brought to you by First Security Bank in Tonganoxie. First Security Bank is your new community bank in Tongi. They are a locally owned bank located at 415 Stone Creek Drive. Stop by and meet their friendly staff today. First Security Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. And I always hand this off to you, partner. You know, you're coming into this one, some keys of the game, just 2 or 3 you're kind of thinking that the Chieftains really need to work on if they want to come out victorious in this huge early season matchup.
Well, first of all, of course, the obvious one is you can't make early mistakes and you can't give the ball away. So that's number one. Number two, I think you need to stay balanced on offense because you don't want to allow that tough Spring Hill defense to stack the box. And last week they were very balanced, and when Baser did try to stack the box, they were able to go long against them. So I'm sure Spring Hill saw that, and they'll probably be trying to do some adjustments there. But and then I think you've got to keep your quarterback clean. Trevor McGraw needs to have another good night. And if his line can help him out in that regard, I think Tongi's got a good chance in this one.
As you can see, the Chieftains on the top of your screen, they are taking the field here, and they are met with a round of applause from the crowd that made the travel out, and the Broncos can be taking the field right behind them here. It's about a little over 4 minutes left until the start of this contest here. I think tonight, really, it's going to come down to, can Trevor McGraw do it again? You know, it's one thing that when you come out in week one. You do it in one game, and what everybody always says when they're not expecting it says, okay, well, can you do it again? And I think he has the abilities to do it again. He just needs to go out there and prove it. If he goes out and does what he did last week against a Spring Hill defense, that's going to put not just the Frontier League, that's going to put 4A on notice to say, look out of what they got brewing at Tonganoxie, because we know what Isaiah Holthouse brings to the table. We know what Colton Brusman brings to the table. Right. We're going to learn more about what Tyler Pankey can bring to the table. He really showed some big strides last week as well, but we're going to see what Trevor McGraw can bring to the table tonight,
question.
Even more than what he did last week as well.
Well, yeah, last week had to give him a ton of confidence. So he's a confident quarterback coming in here. So.
Are just waiting for the coin toss, and looks like the captains for Tonganoxie tonight. I see Sakai Glover out there. I see number 20, Tommy Messersmith. And I believe Noah Bailey, number 85, is the third, and it is. So those three will be in charge of the coin toss.
Tongi won the coin toss at home last week, deferred.
And they ended up getting the ball first, and that's where the game started off with a bang, because that was a big return by Tanner Hand, who was talked about having a big step-up year this year.
Oh, yeah, he had a great game too.
As he brought one and set the Chieftains up in Bobcat territory, and I believe it was like 2-3 plays later, Chieftains ended up hitting pay dirt. It is a good crowd on hand tonight at what they call the Shack here in Spring Hill, Kansas, right on the outskirts of Spring Hill High School.
I'm not sure why they call it that, because this is a fabulous facility.
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure, but we were here. Of course, we have our sister station, Spring Hill Sports Live, is all the way down at the other end of the press box, and of course, the boss man, BJ Harris, is the play-by-play man there, and I heard him say, call it the Shack, so I'm just assuming that they call it the Shack. As the crowd is going to get loud as the Broncos take the field here. It's a full night. It looked like some seniors were recognized prior to the start of this game. And it looks like they're going to stick around, and wisely so, because I think they're going to be treated to a really good football game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Official there is the coin toss right there.
All right.
So there you go. Tongi will defer. So we will see the defense out on the field first. They gave that Baser Linwood Bobcat offense some trouble last week. Really only allowed one touchdown the whole entire night. And it was on one where a fourth down punt, a fake punt was converted. And outside of that, they played a solid game defensively. And they're going to have to strap it up and get ready to go again here tonight, as the Broncos are going to be looking to continue to 2-0 on the year after they shellacked Bonner Springs last week. And our kickoff tonight is brought to you by Lynch Real Estate. Lynch Real Estate offers a diverse mix of products and services to serve your That is not a live read there. Let me get the right one here. Here we go. Lynch Real Estate. Dan Lynch and his team has been serving the Tonganoxie community for more than 15 years now. Whether if it's your first home or it's your dream home, Dan Lynch and his team will be right there with you every step of the way and help you secure that home of your dreams. So go and stop by and visit his team today in Tonganoxie.
Back for the Broncos, number 16, Clay Valerie.
And with that said, we are ready to get it started here tonight.
Number 22, Casey O'Neill. Number 32, Ryan Paul.
And this is the part, all eyes are going to be on this Chieftain kickoff team here, giving up 2 touchdowns last week against Baser Linwood.
I'd be willing to bet you a cold beverage partner that we see a pooch kick.
That wouldn't necessarily be a bad bet. You remember it was a surprise onside kick that the Bobcats took back, and then they kicked it deep, and the Bobcats still took it back to the house. Jax McWilliam tees it up, ready to boot it away for Tonganoxie.
Jackson Williams, one of the best kickers in all of 4A, too, by the way.
Should be a great one here on Tongi Sports Live. They are going to kick it deep, and it is going to bounce at the 1 yard line. It's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty there. So that's going to move the ball up even more for the Broncos. And if that just would have taken a bounce forward, it would have gone out of the back of the end zone, and it would have been a touchback. But instead, it takes a hard bounce at the 1, goes out of play. Tough break yet again for this Chieftain special team unit.
Better than giving up a touchdown, though.
Absolutely. So from the 20 would be a touchback, now up to the 35-yard line. And here comes this offense led by their quarterback, number 15, Tyson Bouchard, a 6'2", 180-pound junior. Started all last season as a sophomore. Had a little bit of an up-and-down season. Looking to get under control this time. They're going to hand it right off to McKenna as he tries to go up the middle, and he gets through for about a couple of yards. And Colt McKenna expecting a big senior campaign out of him for this upcoming season. Earned a lot of all-league honors last year. Broncos going quick here. This time, number 27 going right up the gut. Good tackle by Colton Bruiser, wrapping him up around the waist. That's Patrick Stump, number 27 that time, taking the carry for the Broncos. So back-to-back decent carries here. It's going to set him up with an early 3rd and 5. Be sure, it's going to be looking to pass, feeling pressure from Holthouse, swings it out to the right side and well over the head. And good pressure, Isaiah Holthouse getting right in his grill. He's like a dentist without a license there. Forcing the early throw, and it looks like the Chieftains are going to hold the Broncos to a 3-and-out on their opening possession.
That's a good start for the Tongi defense.
And back to receive this kick is going to be Todd Brown. Reeled in a touchdown pass last week. Arguably might have had one taken away from him as well from Isaiah Holthouse.
Yeah, no question.
The punt is away. It is high and soaring. It's going to take a bounce just in front of the 30 and touched by a Bronco right around the 35, but it rolls through. They're going to say he didn't quite get full control of it, so Chieftains will take over.
Oh.
Keep an eye on the camera there.
Yeah, no kidding.
As taking the field now is Trevor McGraw. He had himself quite a game last week. It was a great one against Baser Linwood. Like we said, his debut showing. Got 2 receivers to the right side, 1 near side. Back in the backfield on the left hip is Bruisman of McGraw. Offensive line calling some audibles here. Calls for the snap, and he will get it. It's going to be a handoff. Patient running, tried to run it back up the middle. Able to muster for a couple is Colton Bruisman.
On the carry, number 16, Colton Bruisman. Tackle made by number 22, Casey O'Neill. 2nd and 7 for the Chieftains at their own 42.
Stein got trips over to the wide side of the field on the left side. Play action. McGraw stepping in, throwing it. Holthouse, and did he trap it? That's the big question.
Yeah.
They're going to say incomplete. Excuse me, that is Tyler Pankey, number 11, and they're going to say he trapped it. It was a pretty low throw, and McGraw pocket was starting to come back to him. I don't think he could fully step into that as much as he would have liked. And it comes up short.
Let's see if they can get it picked up here. I bet Holthouse is going to be the target this time.
They need to try to complete it here. He's got a man. It's Todd Brown. He got a step in. He reels it in. Hauled down to shy inside the 20-yard line.
Number 5, Todd Brown. Tacked by number 34, Aiden Whitcraft.
Nearly 35 yards through the air.
Camera guy's not very good.
First and 10, Chieftains on the Spring Hill 19-yard line.
And that's a big one there for the Chieftains. Set up first and 10 at the 19. Again, like we talked about, the great day through the air Trevor McGraw had. You see his numbers right there, 13 of 20, 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. And again, that QBR, that's what really jumps out at you, 143.8. He had himself a game to remember.
Well, they're running out of time. They're going to have to get this off quickly.
And they do. He got off with 1 second left, but I think Tonganoxie came in with a timeout. And they did, and a snap that they were able to get off with just about 1 second left, but still too close for comfort for Coach Troyer and company. But the big third down conversion, McGraw to Brown, 35 yards through the air, has him set up first and 10 at the 19-yard line. A chance to take the early lead here against Spring Hill. Two backs in the backfield with McGraw. Changing the play, apparently. Two receivers at the bottom of your screen. The man at the top is Isaiah Holthouse. It's going to be a handoff going right side. Handoff Tanner Hand. Good, strong running. Colton Brusman going from running back to blocker. That time around, another decent gain of about 4. 3.5, 4 yards.
Second and 8 for the Chieftains. Spring Hill 17.
Chieftain offense, you typically like to see them come out, maybe going a little bit up-tempo tonight. Taking their time, getting the play calls from the sideline. And, again, the thing that comes with that is you run a lot of game clock down. That time snapped with 6 seconds left. McGraw feeling pressure, going to roll out to the left side, keeping his eyes downfield. He's going to run for it. Gets out of bounds inside the 15, still shy of the 10. They're going to mark him out, I believe, right around the 13. Noah Anderton, the stud linebacker for the Broncos, knocks him out of play, and it's another third down here, 3rd and 4. Chieftains looking to convert inside the red zone here. Snap is bobbled, and it's just a quick handoff to Brusman. Looks like a broken play, still made something out of it. I think he's going to be about a yard short right around the 10, but I got to imagine this is 4-down territory.
Yeah, unless they want to bring in a field goal unit. Looks like maybe they're going to go for it.
You remember last week, Jackson McWilliams was brought on for a field goal attempt, and he did miss it. So it is something worth remembering. Well, field goals are never a gimme at this level, but still, I think maybe influencing that they're going to go for it right here. 4th and 1. It's a handoff again. This time, that early, and it's going to be pretty close. It's going to depend on the spot. Spring Hill believes to have stopped him, and I think they did. Tongi cannot get that extra yard that they were looking for, and the Broncos turn them away in the red zone.
That's a huge stand there. Too bad Tongi couldn't pick that up.
First down at their own 10.
And now reinsert the Bronco offense coming back onto the field, and that is a tough drive there for the Chieftains. You had a chance, defense holding them to a 3-and-out. You had the big 35-yard pitch and catch from McGraw to Brown down the field, really set the Chieftains up, and you get the 4th and 1 and just couldn't quite get that 1 yard that they were really looking for. And maybe now you do kind of look back on, could you have sent the field goal unit back out? But I also believe with this running game and this offensive line, I think you go out there and you were pretty confident in them that if you need a yard, they're going to pick it up for you. That time just couldn't quite make it work. Play is blown dead on the jet sweep. It was handed to Noah Anderton.
Prior to the snap, ball start, 84 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
84 on Spring Hill. They're going to call that one on Cooper D'Albini.
I think he was going to take the jet sweep. He got a little early start.
The sweep ended up going to Noah Anderton, but D'Albini definitely maybe using as some Slight window dressing this time. Quick one out to McKenna on the near side, showing off that sprinter speed, getting past the 15 and nudges a shoulder into Noah Bailey as he works his way up near the 20. Foot stepping out at the 18.
Brendan Riley. Ball spot Spring Hill, 18. 3rd and 2.
Another handoff. Left side, meeting him. Strong Colton Brusman coming in, putting the finishing touch after Isaiah Holthouse wrapped him up. Right around the line of scrimmage, and now Spring Hill is met with a 4th down here. And they're going to bring out the punt unit.
Yeah, it's pretty deep in their own territory. I don't think they really have a choice there.
And it's not like that it is a 4th and 1. That last run was a great job. Holthouse and Brusman coming in and holding McKenna to a minimal gain. I think if they would have gotten maybe a yard and a half, I think that might influence Spring Hill to maybe go for it if it's 4th and short, but with about 4th and 2.5. They're going to punt it away. Second punt of the game for the Broncos. It is not a good one. It's going to take a bounce, and it will roll just past midfield and die out of steam inside the 45-yard line where the Chieftains will take over yet again.
Good field position.
Good field position,
yeah.
Yes.
47 will take over 1st and 10.
An offense that got turned away at the 10-yard line in their last drive. Went for it on 4th and 1 and got stuffed at the line of scrimmage. They'll be looking to finish it here. Still anybody's ball game, 0-0 score. And a pair of 1-0 teams coming off Week 1 victories. Spring Hill defeating Bonner Springs last week, and Tonganoxie, of course, beating Basler Linwood. Two receivers near the top of the screen. McGraw, he's going to throw it right down the line to Todd Brown, who he hit earlier, and he coughs up the ball, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Chieftain football, but very fortunate there that it goes out of bounds, and the Broncos could not recover.
Just a minimal gain.
For the Chieftains in midfield.
Which is only about 2 yards that time. Chieftains still looking to get into a rhythm here. More play action, good protection. Hit as he throw, high catch, way to go up and get it, Tyler Pankey.
Great catch right there. He high-pointed that.
20 yards down the field, moved the chains for the Chieftains again.
And, you know, that's really a good spot for McGraw because that's the only guy that could catch that was his receiver. And
we saw Tyler Pankey, he last week against Basler Linwood didn't have the most flashiest game, 4 receptions, 60 yards. But he had a big play in that game where Basler Linwood scored their touchdown. It was a long 3rd down conversion. McGraw hit Pankey, and he took some hits
he really
from Basler Linwood and held on to that football. This one stuffed at the line of scrimmage will bring up 2nd and 10. And that was a big moment in that game where if you look back on it, if Tongi doesn't convert there and they got to punt that ball away and give it back to Basler Linwood, who knows what happens.
Right.
But a big catch from Tyler Pankey, and again, coming back off an ACL injury last year. That was his first game back in nearly a whole calendar year. And already making his presence known here, a big catch of 20 yards down the field. Chieftain stacking the formation, trips to the right side here.
Well, you can kind of tell based on Spring Hill's defensive alignment, they're not able to stack that box because of the success in the passing game. Although they are closing quickly.
A run they got nowhere the first time around, and it's followed up with about 2 yards. Well, Brusman's still looking for that big run to try to break through. Brings up another long 3rd down, 3rd down and 8. Still trips to the right side. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Play action. McGraw standing in the pocket, stepping up. He's going to let it go. Holthouse through his hands and incomplete. Tight coverage there. Number 24, that's Porter Jones, was right behind him.
I think this is 4-down territory here.
Yep. They are not in a hurry to get that offense off the field here. It's only the second incompletion of the game so far for Trevor McGraw on that last throw. Big one here, 4th and 8. Another bad snap. They're just going to have to try to eat it on this one. It's a loss, and a big one at that. We do have a flag here on the near side near the 20. Maybe some extracurriculars after the play. It's Brendan Briley, number 25, and number 32 for Spring Hill. That's Ryan Powell. The official threw the flag immediately, but so instead it's a sideline warning.
On Spring
So
Hill.
no actual penalty, just a warning. But my goodness, that is back-to-back disappointing ends to look like possibly promising drives for the Chieftains. And that's also now back-to-back drives with some bad snaps as well, as Fisher, number 79, the junior center, just kind of rolled it back there to McGraw, and it took a bounce, and Brusman just kind of scooped it up and just basically just keeping Spring Hill from trying to scoop it up and taking it back to the house. But they'll take over at their own 45-yard line. Be sure, throwing to the sideline, complete. He completes it, number 2, Ryan Jackson.
Pass complete to number 2, Ryan Jackson. Knocked out of bounds to number 25, Brendan Briley.
Brendan Briley there to knock him out, good for about a gain of 11.
Broncos at the Chieftains, 49.
Well, now the Broncos maybe taking a page out of Tongie's playbook here, as they're going to go with a little bit up-tempo here. Man in motion's 84, and they're going to throw the flag here, as Colton McKenna has another good run past the 40-yard line before being knocked out of bounds. But I think the flag might bring it back.
Yeah, it looked like they were holding on the edge. They were.
As Cooper D'Albini, number 84, was the man in motion coming around the left side. And right when that ball was snapped, that flag was up in the air. So I don't know if it's actually holding or if it's something with formation.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out here. Illegal shift. Yep.
Yep. The Chieftains will accept the penalty.
And make it 1st and 15.
And 15 to the Broncos at their own 46.
That was a pretty good hole right
Colton
there.
McKenna past midfield again, just strong running. That's the kind of run you like on 1st and 15 when you can get it back within the original set of downs inside the chains. Good strong run of about 7.
2nd and 8 for the Broncos at Tommy 47.
Another one, Anderton weaving through traffic. 1st down and more, breaking some tackles on his way. He might go. Holthouse trying to bring him down from behind. It's Pankey again, my apologies. But Noah Anderton ripping up a big one there from the 47-yard line, taking it down inside the 5. Just running through defenders that time around. Not a whole lot of wrapping up there. Give it right back to him, up the middle, dives in. Spring Hill Broncos take the lead. And well deserved from Noah Anderton. Takes it in himself. Again, back-to-back drives. Chieftains being turned away on 4th down. The Broncos, after punting on their first 2 drives, finally come through and hit pay dirt. We're going to have a throw up here. Cooper out. D'Albini.
That's good defensive play right
Top
there.
right corner. Yeah, he could not bring it in. Good coverage by the Chieftains. So it'll stay a 6-0 ball game. But nonetheless, Noah Anderton making his presence known. We talked about Colton McKenna, maybe not giving quite enough credit to Noah Anderton. He comes through with the big touchdown. Broncos up ahead, 6-0 over the Chieftains.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
robots taking over the world? Yes.
Never mind.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
The Broncos picked up the first penalty of the game on that drive, but it did not matter. Big, strong run from Noah Anderton of about 39 yards, set him up inside the 5, and he punched it in on the very next one. Touchdown Broncos. They have the 6-0 lead. As this one is kicked deep, and that is how you boot it deep.
Yep.
Right there. It's number 2, Ryan Jackson. We give a lot of credit and attention to Jackson McWilliams on our side, but Ryan Jackson from Spring Hill, another one of the top kicking recruits in the whole entire state. And showing it off right there, big leg, taking a bounce right in the purple turf of the end zone. This is the furthest back of field position the Chieftains have had all night long. This is their third offensive possession of the game.
Yeah, they're going to have to put together a long drive.
The first 2 possessions ending in failed fourth down conversions. They now trail. Looking to answer here. They'll start off with a run. Colton Brusman weaving through. Nice run there. That's been a big chunk. The biggest chunk he's been able to rip off so far tonight.
Tackled by number 31, Noah Anderson. 2nd and 4 for the Chieftains at their own 26.
And Brusman definitely got his work cut out for him last week. A total of 39 carries to the tune of 190 yards, about 5 yards per carry. Also found pay dirt a couple times. McGraw looking to throw again. Todd Brown, and it is way out of the way. And I think they're actually going to get Todd Brown with some pass interference here, as you saw him kind of extend the arms of the man back in coverage for Spring Hill. That was Kendall Hiss, number 33.
Yeah, they're talking
Kendall
over
Heiss, excuse me. But I think it was a pass that was not really in the area, but I don't think
it wasn't really catchable.
I'm not sure if it's going to matter, though.
Let's see if the white hat can tell us.
Yeah.
Oh. That's a good call for the Chieftains.
Already 20 penalty yards racked up for Spring Hill, and head coach Jason Feedback, he's pretty heated on the sideline for Spring Hill, and I can't really blame him necessarily. To the eye, you see Todd Brown kind of leading into Heiss, but nonetheless, Chieftains get the ball moved up at the 41-yard line, back to Colton Brusman, strong running and hit hard. Solid contact, but popping right back up. Porter Jones coming in, laying the lumber.
Second and 8 for the Chieftains at their own 43.
2 receivers at the bottom. That's Brown and Briley. Holthouse the man at the top. One wing in the backfield on the outside hip of the left tackle for Tongi. It's a handoff, trying to go around right side, wrapped up and slung down, swallowed up. Number 6, Keanu Tiafu. Tiafoul, excuse me. As this clock continues to run, now under 2 minutes, and another third down conversion upcoming here for Tongi. Brusman, the man in motion. McGraw taking the snap. Tiafu is right back on him. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Couldn't let the play develop. That's back-to-back third downs. The Chieftains cannot convert on, and they're going to be forced to punt as they come up on yet another fourth down. Couldn't get out of their own territory, and the Broncos are going to get the ball back after scoring the last time they had it.
Back for the Broncos, number 16, Clay Valerie. Number 26, Benjamin Reagan.
Talk about that Tongi offense last week. It took them no time at all to really get in a rhythm and find their stride. This time, taking a little bit extra. This is Jackson McWilliams with the boot. Takes a strong Tongi bounce and dies out inside the 20-yard line.
That's a good kick right there.
At least pinning the Broncos fairly deep in their territory. But Spring Hill will take over once again with up in the lead 6-0. Spring Hill, they went for a 2-point conversion after they scored and could not convert. And in a tight contest like this, it could just be a failed fourth down conversion here or a missed extra point or a failed 2-point conversion there that really could end up being the difference in deciding this ball game. Still way too early to tell, but just something to keep in mind as this game rolls on, and both teams have had some missed opportunities. Two-back set here for the Broncos. Into Colton McKenna once again. Wrapped up and brought down after about a gain of 4.
Number 22, Tanner Hand. 2nd and 6 for the Broncos.
It's been Noah Anderton has been the back making name so far tonight for Spring Hill. Now 47 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown already. D'Albini again in motion. This time no flag is thrown. And again, great job by the Tongi defense. That was Isaiah Holthouse that got in the backfield first, kind of disrupting the path of McKenna, forcing him to cut back inside.
Number 8, Jackson McWilliams.
I believe they say it was Jackson McWilliams, but I believe it was Todd Brown that actually got in there and wrapped McKenna up, as he might have actually lost a yard.
Yeah, that was really a good defensive play there.
Really just getting back to the line of scrimmage there, so call it no gain.
Do we have a timeout here, or is it the end of the quarter?
It is the end of the quarter, so it felt like the first quarter took forever last week. This time a little bit more on pace here. Your score, Spring Hill 6, Tonganoxie nothing. After 1 quarter of action here in Spring Hill, we'll be back after this. You're watching Chieftain Athletics on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
So quickly out of the break here, Spring Hill, and Tyson B. Shore coming in. They're going to take a shot. He's got a man, but overthrows him. Incomplete, and a sigh of relief on that Tongi sideline as Tyson B. Shore. That was 3rd down. They were going for the big play there. Ryan Jackson, number 2, was the man he was looking for.
Yeah, pretty good coverage there by Trevor McGraw.
And even though Jackson still got by him, he had about a step or two, and that ball just hung up in the air long enough where McGraw was able to close, but it was still overthrown, and it was incomplete. Spring Hill still looking for a 3rd down conversion in this game. 0 for 3 so far, and now this 3rd punt of the game, and another one. They'll take a bounce at the 49 in Bronco territory. Tongi will take over. Now, I think this is the drive right here. You've had 2 drives just outside of Bronco territory and another inside of Bronco territory, both ending in failed 4th down conversions. Now I think this 3rd time around, after Spring Hill is gone. They've scored a touchdown. You got to find a way to get some points on this drive.
Yeah, I agree with your partner, and this will be a defining moment because they have really good field position for this drive.
Fourth possession of the game for Tonganoxie. 1st and 10 at the 49. McGraw and company looking to hit pay dirt. Snap is back, and I believe they're going to get a false start net.
That's going to be on Pankey.
I believe so, as you kind of saw his head kind of just dropped. Either he just kind of knew it, or
he
just
knew
off
it.
that initial movement. Like he knew he was caught, so just kind of dropping the head like, oh, man.
Yeah, you could tell by the body language. He knew it was on him.
That's a possibility. I mean, that could be a potential drive deflator there.
Yep.
1st and 10 inside opponent territory, and now 1st and 15 back on your side of the field. McGraw trying to change that here, and good catch, but incomplete. Brendan Briley had it and then didn't.
That was a good throw by Trevor McGraw there.
Looked like it hit him in the hands and just couldn't quite hang on. And Briley will head over to the sideline for this next upcoming play. 2nd and 15. I think, and especially after last night, it's really easy to blame receivers for dropping throws, but I think you also got to give credit to Spring Hill and the defense right there as well. As the defenders were right there, able to get a claw in there, knock that thing loose.
Yeah, he raked it out with his hand.
Had enough time handling that snap. McGraw keeping his eyes downfield and just out of reach of Tyler Pankey. A little bit of trying to improvise on that play. Wasn't quite set on his feet. Tried to throw it downfield for Pankey. Incomplete, and just like that, 3rd and long coming up on another drive inside of Bronco territory. Chieftains 2 for 2 so far on 3rd down conversions in this game. Looking to get back above 50% here on this play. Going to have to need something big. Pressure from Spring Hill, rolls out. Good floater. Todd Brown reels it in, and he will score. Touchdown Chieftains, 54 yards. McGraw to Brown. And how about that? Todd Brown.
Another good throw by McGraw.
Just floating it in there perfectly with defenders hot on his heels. And the Chieftains are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game.
Setting up for the extra point, number 8, Jackson McWilliams.
Yeah, I was surprised that Spring Hill went for 2 on that first touchdown of theirs because they have an excellent kicker.
Called that already 91 receiving yards and a touchdown for Todd Brown in this first half. Jackson McWilliams, good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. Tonganoxie, 3rd and 15. Trevor McGraw says no problem. 54 yards, he finds Todd Brown taking it to the house. Chieftains lead in this Frontier League showdown.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where
jumping out of the commercial break here. Chieftains hitting pay dirt, 54-yard touchdown pass. Trevor McGraw to Todd Brown. That's good for Brown's 2nd touchdown of the game, and he set a new season high right now, longest reception of 54 yards, beating last week's of 32. Jax McWilliams has it teed up, and he boots it deep. And how about that? Look at that. So the last kickoff, we talked about Ryan Jackson for Spring Hill. He kicked it deep in the end zone, and Jackson McWilliams, anything you can do better, I can do further. That one was nearly out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he got a lot of leg into that one.
Just what the Chieftains ordered right there. That'll set up the Broncos 1st and 10 at the 20. Ball being brought out of the end zone after the touchback. Be sure a handoff up the middle. McKenna, minimal game. Wrapping him up, Isaiah Holthouse. He's been busy.
Oh, I'm telling you.
On the defensive side of this game so far, he's been doing a really great job causing the minimal rushes, but also whenever they try to rush to the outside, he's doing a great job of penetrating and getting into the backfield and throwing the running backs off their track. Just that slight delay and giving the Chieftain linebackers and secondary enough time to crash into the box and wrap him up. This time, Noah Anderton. Another gain of about 2. It's going to bring up close to about 3rd and 6.
Tackle made by number 16, Colton
Brummett. They can't. They're having a hard time pronouncing Colton Brusman's name.
This is how you always know whenever we have a roll game when it's Holtus and Brusman. This seems to be the two that most away PA announcers have the most trouble with. Back on the ground with McKenna. Got through the first wave and got an extra yard of what he needed. Needed 6, ended up getting 7. Fresh shut it down for Spring Hill.
12, Brady Martin. Ball spotted at Spring Hill 32. 1st and 10, Broncos.
That's officially the first 3rd down conversion of the game for the Broncos right there. And back with the tempo, coming up, coming set. The man coming in motion, and they'll hand it off to him off the jet sweep and breaking it big here. This could be a big one coming up. Jackson Torres sidesteps a defender. Block comes in. How about that play right there? Touchdown, Spring Hill, 68 yards.
Well, that's not what Tonga needed.
What an answer right there.
Okay, they're going to go for 2 again.
Trying to get it back to a 1-possession game. Let's see what they do here. And they're having some trouble here, trying to figure out what to do, and I think they're going to be either forced to take a timeout, and they will. Again, they're doing kind of this weird offset formation here, trying to catch the Chieftains kind of a little bit off track here, but I mean, just how about that play? Let's break it down just a little bit as Torres gets it off the jet sweep, coming around on the right side, and immediately had a good gap, got around the edge, so contain was not kept by the defensive end on that side, but then just Torres turning on the boosters and weaving by defenders. He also got a key block right around the 10-yard line, between the 10 and the 5-yard line, for one of the Broncos coming in, and that was really the big key right there to him hitting pay dirt from 68 yards out.
Yeah, no question about that. He's got some wheels, too.
That's going to put the lead back in favor of Spring Hill. They lead 12-6 at the moment, and it looks like they're going to be going for 2 again. Remember, they had the failed 2-point conversion after their first touchdown from Noah Anderton, and now they're trying to get it back to a 14-7 ball game. And this is big here for Tongi, because if you can hold him here, and if you score another touchdown, you can just go up possibly by 2. Just a regular formation here. Be sure pulls it out, throws it, and caught again by Torres for the 2-point conversion.
Man, that was close.
A big response there for the Broncos, and Jackson Torres doing it all himself, taking it home from 68 yards on the jet sweep, and then the 2-point conversion, giving the Broncos a 14-7 lead here. 9:57 left to go in the second quarter.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
We'll see if Ryan Jackson can try to top off the kickoff from Jackson McWilliams. He put it back in the end zone for a touchback, as did Jackson on his last kickoff. This one looks like it's going to stay out in front, and it's going to be taken by Todd Brown just in front of the 10-yard line. He works his way up to the 20, makes one man miss inside the 25, and butted out of bounds just shy of the 30, right around the 28, where the Chieftains will take over.
By number 18, Siler Stewart.
Big upcoming drive here for Tonganoxie.
Yeah. I'd like to see them answer before the half.
Yeah.
First and 10 Chieftains at their own 27.
As we talked about last week, that game could be brewing for a potential shootout. This one could possibly be on the way. Back-to-back drives with touchdowns. And now a run that goes nowhere. Noah Anderton and company wrapping Colton Brusman up, and that's going in the wrong direction there. Minus 2 yards on the carry.
Tackle maybe number 22, Casey O'Neill. Second and 12 for the Chieftains at their own.
They have two receivers on each side for Tonganoxie. This is something back in negative territory. It was 3rd and 15 when Trevor McGraw found Todd Brown for the touchdown. This is 2nd and 12. He's going to throw. Todd Brown again is open as he catches it and slides to the Bronco 45.
Pass is complete to number 5, Todd Brown.
Nice job there.
28 yards officially based off the spot right there. Another big pitch and catch from McGraw to Todd Brown.
First and 10 Chieftains.
My goodness. Big one there. Already back in Bronco territory are the Chieftains. So far, no reception from Isaiah Holthouse. McGraw trying to direct traffic, floats it, and that's a costly one. Interception. A good read there by Kendall Heiss. As he saw, McGraw was trying to tell Todd Brown to drift upfield.
Well, that's what we talked about in the pregame keys of the game. You can't have turnovers on the road or at home, but they really hurt on the road.
That's a costly one there. Probably the first interception of the year
for
Trevor McGraw.
I think it may be on Tonganoxie for unnecessary roughness.
We're waiting to see. We'll get the official call from the White Hat in just a moment. But yeah, Chieftain defense are going to be.
After the interception, the personal foul, number 65, White, unnecessary roughness,
65, that's Ryder Sparks, 6'3", 223-pound senior.
Did he say 55 or 65? Did he say 65 or 50?
Said 65.
Oh, okay.
I believe. That's at least what I heard. So that's going to do no favors for the Chieftain defense, as that's going to add 15 yards from the initial spot. And just shy of the 50. Ooh, big collision in the backfield. That time, working his way through, Kendall Smith, number 6. Meeting Colton McKenna. Big loss on the play there, 4 yards in the wrong direction for the Broncos.
Chieftains need a stop here.
See how the defense responds after the interception. Fake the handoff to Torres. Be sure, feeling pressure, catches a block, and it goes incomplete. And McGraw put his shoulder into the midsection of Torres, and he is hurt right now. He's going over to the bench to sit down. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him, but
3rd and 14 for the Broncos.
got Tyson Be Sure under pressure in the backfield. And
if Trevor hadn't been breaking down for the tackle, he might have picked that off.
Well, I think it puts defensive backs in a really tough position.
It really does.
Because if he goes full out and he doesn't catch it and he collides with Torres, then he's going to get flagged.
Yep.
So I think it's the right decision. Slow down, still kind of put a shoulder into him. We're now 3rd and 14. This is the screenplay. This is where Colt McKenna is dangerous here in the open field. Breaking tackles Looking to go inside the 20 and tripped up right around the 15-yard line.
Big screenplay there.
Nearly 40 yards of offense on that one through the air for Colton McKenna. And a big backbreaker there for the Chieftain defense after having the Broncos backed up 3rd and long. Dump it off in the screen, and that 4.5 speed of Colton McKenna on full display, weaving his way through Tongi defenders, working it down just at the 15-yard line. Broncos back in the red zone. Anderton makes one man miss, but is wrapped up and quickly brought down after that.
Number 31, Noah Anderton.
That's Kendall Smith yet again.
2nd and 9 for the Broncos at the 14.
Game clock continues to run, under 7 minutes left. Two backs in the backfield. McKenna getting the handoff left side, nearly untouched, and he will hit pay dirt from 14 yards out. Colton McKenna, first touchdown of the game, and that Trevor McGraw interception leading to points for the Broncos. They lead 20-7. This isn't a point in a big game like this where those turnovers, they're definitely magnified, Parker.
Yeah, no question about it, especially when they lead the points. Which so often they do.
This time, just going for the extra point. And Jackson splits the uprights. 21-7, Broncos in charge right now over the Broncos, cashing in 7 points on the Trevor McGraw interception.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
Spring Hill Broncos, we've been talking about Colton McKenna, that he's been pretty bottled up so far in this game. Well, they couldn't really contain him on that drive. He set him up big, 40-yard gain off a screen pass on 3rd and long, and then running it in from 14 yards out gives the Broncos a 21-7 lead over Tonganoxie, thanks to the first interception of the year for Trevor McGraw. Now I think if you're the Tongi offense, who's going to take this one? This is Tanner Hand, heels right at the goal line. Another nifty return there. He gets it just past the 30-yard line. I think if he gets
one more block,
if he gets one more block or one more missed tackle, I think he turns that to the Spring Hill sideline and maybe takes it back on the other side of midfield. But now this is
it's crucial time now for the Chieftains.
We get to see now how Trevor McGraw responds.
Yeah.
After a turnover on a drive. He was perfect last week. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And so far, he's 1 of 1 tonight. We're going to have a stoppage here, I believe, something with the clock, as they try to sort all of that out. And this is a big game here, only week 2. It's not very often you get a big matchup like this with two Frontier League champion contenders. You know, we still got Lewisburg that won the whole thing last year. They were in a foot race with Eudora. Both those teams still look to be in strong contention. Spring Hill always in contention. And Tonganoxie, like we talked about, back-to-back 4 and 5 starts coming out this year. Expectations definitely much higher for them. They lived up to them last week, looked really good against a salty, stout Mason Linwood squad. And so far tonight, Spring Hill just getting the better of them right now. This is the first catch of the game for Isaiah Holthaus.
It's going to be a first down.
Takes it for about 11.
Pass complete, number 81, Isaiah Holthaus.
Yeah, right there, right away, you throw an interception. So Coach George is calling it, getting it out of his hands quickly, getting it to his number one receiver, and Isaiah Holthouse.
I like that call.
Trying to get that confidence built back up. Yeah, Holthouse and Pankey only one reception for each, two of them combined. Another play action, McGraw on the slant, incomplete, looking for Brendan Briley again. Just couldn't quite reel it in, right around the 45.
Number 25, Brendan Briley.
Boy, that takes intestinal fortitude to go across that middle there.
It really does. It's something that it is not for the faint of heart.
No, it is not. Because you got to catch that ball, and you've got defenders targeting you.
That's been for both targets for Briley. So far, nosebleed in this quarter have been going over the middle part of the field, and both have been incomplete on what looked to be pretty catchable throws. That's just bring up 2nd and 10. Looking for some positive yardage here. Tanner Hand, along the right side, gets close to about the 45 for a gain of 4.
Decent pickup.
Only the second carry of the game for Tanner Hand.
On the carry, number 22, Tanner Hand.
Last week, 10 carries for 41 yards for Hand. Just did a great job. He came in when he was called upon. And
man, like you said, he had a really good kickoff return, too.
Another third down here for Tonganoxie. They've converted on 2 third down conversions in 5 opportunities. Makes a man miss, and he's going to get up close, I think right at the marker. Should be good enough for a fresh set of downs. Let's see.
That's what it looks like.
Let's see what they say here.
Yeah, that's good.
Tackle by number 18, Tyler Stewart.
And it is good enough for a first down. Colton Brusman. Strong running there.
1st and 10 Chieftains just inside Spring Hill 49.
I find it very interesting. We've seen the Spring Hill offense. They have really taken advantage of the up-tempo beat on their offensive side of the ball. As for Tongi, traditionally that's what we've seen them do in the past. They really like to do it. So far tonight, though, just haven't gone there. 2-back set, another handoff, Brusman. Up the middle, churning the legs, just shy of the 45.
Starting to see a little bit more of some running lanes there for the backs.
2nd and 6 for the Chieftains. And the Broncos 45.
Brusman still looking for that big run. His longest run of the night so far is 6. He's had 2 carries for 6 yards. Everything else has been less. Still looking for that big yardage run here. Maybe it comes right here. Good wrap-up and tackle as he crosses the 45-yard line.
On the carry, number 16, Colton Brusman.
Kendall Heiss again. We've called that young man's name already a handful of times in this game.
He got close to 5, though.
Tackle made by 33, Kendall Heiss.
Only a gain of 1 officially.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that was 2nd down.
3rd and 5, the Chieftains, Spring Hill 44.
Pankey, the lone receiver at the bottom. Play action. McGraw has some brains, and he's going to run for it as he gets out of bounds near the 35, and wisely not forcing a ball out that time. After an interception on the last drive, that time keeps it himself, and he picks it up with the legs for a first down.
Yeah, it was a good decision.
1st and 10 Chieftains.
A good run of about 10 yards. That keeps this drive alive, and the clock now with 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
I think you're in 4-down territory now if you're the Chieftains.
And with the 2-back set, this time Hand along the right side trying to get outside, and he does. Cuts back inside.
Nice run
Good
by
game of
Tanner.
about 5, yes. Yeah. That's his longest run of the night so far. Colton Brusman doing a great job leading the way.
Tackle by number 18,
Helping sealing off that edge and then pushing the defensive back out, giving Tanner Hand a chance to cut back inside. That's something that the Chieftains will take every time there. 4 or 5 yards a run.
2nd and 5 for the Chieftains at Spring Hill 30.
Another handoff. Brusman, left side, trying to stretch it out. And he still manages to get near that first down marker, and I think he does for a gain of 5. That was a great job.
They're waving it down.
That was the defensive back, Porter Jones, number 24, that really came crashing down and made some contact on Bruisevin. And that's just kind of the little twitch that he has to make those defenders miss, and he was still able to make his way upfield. Fresh set of down for Tongi.
First and 10, Chieftains, Spring Hill, 24.
Chieftains on the doorstep of the red zone here. Going to be looking to punch it in. McGraw looks left, now looks right. Holthouse coming into him. Now he's going to try to cut it upfield. And not quite sure what the plan was there. And McGraw, you can see the frustration. Not really the play that Tongi was looking for there. That backs him up about 3 yards.
Ball's back to the Spring Hill 27. Second and 13 for the Chieftains.
We'll see what they try to draw up here next after a questionable play on that last one. McGraw a little bit high and through the hands of Todd Brown. Incomplete. Puts the Chieftains yet again in a really tough spot here. It's going to bring up 3rd and 13. A minute 28 left to go until halftime in a game that they trail 21-7. Chieftains, it is worth noting they will get the ball to start the second half. They won the toss and deferred.
Well, I think that's why this is crucial. If you can get a score here and then come back and get the ball in the second half.
Looking to pick it up here, feeling the pressure. He's going to lob it up, and incomplete. Had a man there. Looked like Bruisevin going out on the wheel route. And it's incomplete. Would have been a big hitter there if they could have connected. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Number 16, Colton Brunsman. Depending on the play, but number 18, Tyler Stewart. 4th and 13.
It's just 1 for 5 since the interception for only 8 yards so far for Trevor McGraw. And then Jackson McWilliams is out, so that means a field goal. It's on its way here.
Setting up for the field goal, number 8.
This is going to be 44 yards.
Wow.
This is going to be 1 yard longer than his career high of 43. It is up.
That's good. Oh,
it
good.
Is no good.
Was it short?
It was pushed over to the left. There is a flag. Potential big call here.
5 yard, running into the kicker, defense.
So running into the kicker, that's going to move him up 5 yards. So essentially, I think you got to say, well, if we trusted you from 43, we'll move you up 5 more yards. It definitely had the distance. It was just, I think it pushed a little bit to the left. Just trying to judge it. I saw a little bit of the shadow of the ball off the left upright.
They're going to try it again.
After the penalty, 4th and 8 for the Chieftains. They're setting up for a...
So 39 yards out this time. Not a strong wind here. It's
Come on, Trevor.
Pretty quiet. Jackson McWilliams looking
Jackson.
to. We're going to tee it up here. This time it is up. And this time it is good. Costly penalty for Spring Hill. That leads to 3 points for Tonganoxie. They come up with 3 thanks to the foot of Jackson McWilliams for 39 yards out. Big one there. 1 minute, 10 seconds left. Broncos looking to add 1 more before the halftime break.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
A big one off the boot of Jackson McWilliams from 39 yards out. He originally attempted from 44 and he missed. But a running into the kicker penalty from Spring Hill gave him another chance, and the Chieftains were able to connect and make this score 21-10. McWilliams forces the touchback right there. Now bring the ball out to the 20 for Spring Hill.
First down for the Broncos at their own 20.
And Spring Hill has been getting more and more in stride on offense as this game has gone on, as it was back-to-back drives. First, it was a jet sweep touchdown from 68 yards out from Torres. And Colton McCandless had a big 40-yard run.
On a screenplay.
On a screenplay, yep. And then took it in from 14 yards out a few plays after that. Broncos looking to repeat it here. Looks like this is a handoff to Anderton.
On the carry, number 31, Noah Anderton.
Yeah, I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage, if even that, for a minimal gain. Yeah, whistles coming in, and a timeout taken defensively by Tonganoxie with 57 seconds.
Yeah, Coach Troyer trying to get the ball back again. Cut into this lead before the half.
Yeah, I believe you're right. And don't forget, folks, to stick around for the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show, where we'll have a breakdown or first half analysis. We'll try to check in on some of those scores that we brought you on our area matchups in the pregame show. All that and a little bit more coming up next after the conclusion of the second quarter here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Coming out of timeout, 2nd and 10 for the Broncos at their own 20.
2nd and 10 at the 20 after the run from Anderton went nowhere. Play action. Be Shore feeling pressure and just kind of heaved that one up. That was a throw out of a sack. As I believe that might have been Kendall Smith again coming up the middle.
Ball is incomplete. 10 for number 31, Noah Anderton.
Anderton, the closest one to it. But again, that was just kind of getting it out of there because he could not take a sack. And that will have Tongi not have to burn a timeout here. So big incompletion there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10, 52 seconds.
3rd and 10 for the Broncos at their own 20.
I believe for Tongi, they should have, I believe, just one timeout remaining still, if not two. Be Sure. Design roll out to the right side, stops, looks back near, has plenty of time, and incomplete. Best he could do was try to throw to Ryan Jackson in front of the sideline. Could not make it happen, though, and the Chieftain defense is going to hold a punt here.
Yeah, that really surprises me because that stops the clock. And Tongi didn't have to use the timeout.
Well, I think you can kind of see the Spring Hill bench was kind of telling him, like, just run with it and then slide down. So if you don't pick it up, at least force Tongi to make a timeout here. But back-to-back incompletions. Tongi only had to burn one timeout on that whole drive. And it's a 3-and-out. Punt is away. A little bit of a low-line sinking drive. Todd Brown calls for a fair catch on a knuckle drive. He had some real estate in front of him.
I think he was trying to save the time for the offense.
Chieftains take over 1st and 10.
And so what do you try to draw up here? If you are Tonganoxie, you have 39 seconds to work with. 2 timeouts, according to the scoreboard. I think maybe first play here. Do you try to take a shot here, get a little bit aggressive?
You're going to throw it because you're going to try and stop the clock if you don't complete it.
You got the field goal from 39 yards out from Jackson McWilliams, so you at least have that. You need to get the ball to at least about the 25-yard line to be, I guess, what we consider field goal range.
You got 2 wideouts on each side. I'd be surprised if they run it. Yeah, they're going to throw it.
Good protection, steps up in the pocket, heaves it down, and
that's caught.
It is caught. Todd Brown, a flag comes in, though. Pretty bang-bang play there. Strong contact from both players.
This could be huge if it's against the Broncos. They're pointing at the Chieftains, and the Chieftains are walking back.
Man, I don't know. That's a tough one to take off. That would have had the Chieftains set up right around the 30-yard line. Instead, pass interference calling on Todd Brown.
Yeah.
Like I said on the first play, I said, do you take a shot? And they did there. It was a pretty 50-50 ball. Todd Brown fought for it, but they called him for pass interference. So they will back him up.
What in the world?
My goodness, yeah.
After the penalty, the ball spotted at the Tonganoxie 22. First and 25.
My goodness. So now really pinned deep here, just in the shadow of your own 20. 31 seconds still on the clock. And another whistle coming in here. My goodness, fellas, let's go.
Is there a question about the clock or what?
I think that's what they're trying to talk over right now. Meanwhile, for Tongi, this is kind of used like a free timeout. You can see Preston Troyer over talking with Tyler Pankey and some of the other receivers near the Tongi sideline. I believe that's Pankey and Holthouse over there. Well, looks like discussion is over here and we can resume football. So here we go again. First and 25 from the Chieftain 22-yard line. They will get the ball to start the second half here. McGraw takes another shot and another bad pass. Intercepted, his second of the game. Going to Noah Anderton, who is back in coverage. And now really bad here. So that's going to set the Broncos up with a prime chance here to add on some more points.
Yeah. Can't turn it over twice on the road.
2 turnovers, and Anderton comes up limping a little bit off that return of the interception. Inside the Tongi 20-yard line at the 19. Broncos will take over. 23 seconds. Another defensive timeout here taken.
Timeout. Tonganoxie.
And sounds like we got bring a cicada with
Yeah,
you? What is
that's cicadas.
My goodness.
It's that time of year.
I think there's actually one in like near the microphone, wherever the PA is. That's like ringing out through the whole stadium.
Yeah. They're typically in the trees.
My goodness, I mean, you can talk about the tail end of summer and the beginning of fall here in Kansas. The sound of the cicadas. My goodness, he apologized about that, folks. There we go. Somebody got rid of it. So after the timeout taken by Tongi, they still have one left. Eyes are big for the Broncos here, though, as they look to add on even more points after they have the 14-point lead, 21-10, 11-point lead. Beshore over the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Jackson Torres, number 9, over the middle. Just couldn't quite reel it in.
Fastball is incomplete, number 9, Jackson Torres. Second and 10 for the Broncos at the Tongi 19.
With the Tongi defense here, you got to try to find a way to hold strong.
Yeah.
Hold him out of the end zone. Beshore, pressure again. Smith in pursuit. Down the right side. Folsom brings him down, but Cooper Gialbini nearly wide open right in front of the goal line. Reels it in for a touchdown. My goodness, 19 yards out.
That hurt.
Setting up for the extra point, number 2, Ryan Jackson.
Second touchdown pass of the game for Tyson Beshore. First receiving touchdown of the game. First reception of the game overall for Cooper D'Albini. Jackson puts it in there. It is now 28-10 in favor of Spring Hill, and this one could quickly be getting out of hand for Tonganoxie. 2 turnovers from Trevor McGraw result in 2 touchdowns for Spring Hill. We'll have the final 11 seconds of the second quarter next on Tongi Sports Live. Game that has just been flipped over on its head for Tonganoxie. At one point, they led 7-6.
Chieftains, number 5, top round. Set to kick off the Broncos, number 2.
Since then, it has just been all Spring Hill. That offense was in a little bit of a lull in the first quarter. They have found themselves here in the second. And that defense has been a big part, too. They've gotten 2 interceptions, and the offense for Spring Hill has cashed in for 2 touchdowns, making it 28-10. 6 seconds left. Do you take one more shot if you're Tongi, or do you just take the knee here and get to halftime?
I think you take a knee and get to halftime. You can't afford another turnover here.
Ball spotted at the Tonganoxie 22. 1st and 10 for the Chieftains.
They may take a shot deep. We'll see. They've gotten themselves in a pretty good hole right now.
More whistles here. Timeout taken by Spring Hill. Want to make sure their guys are on tap here. Well, this is something that is worth mentioning as we go back to last season, and this is still something that Tonganoxie, they have yet to win a road game under head coach Preston Troyer, and last year they went 4-5. All 5 losses you can see right there on your screen were on the road. Like we said, they were a little bit more of the road warriors than the road warriors. As you can see, they're allowing at least 35 or more points every game on the road. They were in that shootout against Basin Linwood in week 1, but after that, it was never really ever close on the road. And trying to look to buck that trend so far this year, but as of right now, Chieftains on the wrong side of it right now, down 28-10.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to run at least one more play here. Try to run this clock down. They'll just hand it off. Brusman bounces off. One lineman gets up right around the 10-yard marker where he needed to get to, and that's where he got, but clock is at 0. That's the longest run of the night so far for Colton Brusman. Of about 10 yards, but still not enough. The Chieftains trail 28-10. We'll be right back with the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show after this on the Chieftain Sports Network, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs. The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongirec.org or call 913-845-5600. 3502.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Transform the look and feel of your home with the perfect flooring from Midwest Carpet Center in downtown Tonganoxie. Discover a world of exquisite carpets, stunning hardwoods, and luxurious vinyl. With over 20 years of trusted service, they are your local flooring experts. And they're so much more than just carpet. Shop a variety of styles from quality brands like Shaw, Anderson Tuftex, Hortec, and so much more. From cozy living rooms to elegant bedrooms, sleek kitchens to stunning baths, you'll find it all at Midwest Carpet Center. Explore online at MidwestCarpetCenter.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Welcome back in on Tonganoxie Sports Live. This is the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show at White Birch Properties. They have a team of agents ready to help you buy or sell that next house, and their team is ready to help lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or call 913-915-0451. Well, just some quick numbers here real quick as I'm tallying up kind of the running stats that I've been keeping track of. Trevor McGraw so far on tonight, 147 yards through the air, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Since he's thrown that 54-yard touchdown pass to Todd Brown, who has a season high right now, 119 yards already in this game and 1 touchdown. McGraw hasn't been pretty, 3 of 8, 36 yards and 2 interceptions. So definitely got to try to find a way to right the ship there a little bit.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, and half of the points that the Broncos have come off those turnovers.
Yes, that is also important to remember. Colton Brusman, very below his average right now, only 42 yards on the ground right now on just a little over 10 carries. Running lanes coming at a premium so far, it looks like, on that offensive line.
Yeah. You know, I think Coach Troyer was right when he said they have a pretty stout defense, being Spring Hill.
Just some other numbers here. Isaiah Holthouse only 8 receiving yards. He's got 2. He had an 11-yard, and then he kind of had the one where it looked like a bubble screen. He was trying to cut across back the field and ended up losing 3 yards. Tanner Hand has had some good running, 12 yards on 3 carries. And Brendan Briley, ball's been thrown his way a couple times, just hasn't been able to bring one in as of yet. Todd Brown, like I said, leading all receivers in the game right now, 119. Cooper D'Albini just there at the end of the second quarter. That's been his only catch so far in the game for Spring Hill from 19 yards out, and that was good enough for a touchdown. Colton McCanna, he's had a good game on the ground and through the air. The big play for him, 40 yards on a screen, and then running it in for 14 yards out for the touchdown. Noah Anderton, he had a big run, about 39 yards, setting up the first score of the game for the Broncos. He's got just about 52 right now in a touchdown as well. And then Jackson Torres, 68 yards. He took it to the house on a jet sweep for Spring Hill. So for Tyson B. Shore, the young junior, has only completed 5 passes so far in this game, but for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns so far. So, I mean,
yeah, it's a pretty good average per catch.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And that was our first half recap and first half stats. Those have been brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library, open 7 days a week at 217 East 4th Street. The Tonganoxie Public Library is proud to support the community in helping to provide exceptional community events for children and families through excellence, inclusion, persistence, and collaboration. You can learn more at their website, www.tonganoxielibrary.org. And folks, don't forget to stick around for the Brothers Market postgame show where we will crown our Kevin Gallagher American Family Insurance Player of the game so far. Definitely need a little bit more contention, at least for that spot right now. Win or lose, we'll give that honor out to one of the Tongi players. But just so far in a game that you are currently up 28-10, you currently trail. And we talked about the importance of this game, an early season matchup like this, that no matter whatever the outcome is, it's going to hold a lot of weight when we start getting into mid and late October, when the Frontier League crown race is coming to an end, and when we start talking about playoff seeds. Spring Hill, they're going to be competing in 5A, so it doesn't really matter so much as seeding for that, since Tonga will be in 4A, Spring Hill in 5A. But as far as a Frontier League title, this game definitely could go a long ways in determining a winner, because if Spring Hill can hold on here, they will officially have a tiebreaker over Tonganoxie. They'll have the head-to-head.
Yeah, it's huge. And that's why it's important, that you win your league games when you can. Not so bad when you lose it on the road, but when you lose at home against a league competitor, that's really tough.
And this has just been a game from the start. The Spring Hill offense, they were just in a lull. They just couldn't really seem to get in stride. Had about 2 or 3 punts in the first quarter. Tonganoxie, they had some drives start in Spring Hill territory. Remember, the first 2 drives of the game, back-to-back 4th down holds for the defense. So they were able to turn away the Tongi offense on back-to-back 4th downs. And then it was finally on the drive in the second quarter. It was 3rd and 14 or 3rd and 15. Yeah. And that's where Trevor McGraw was able to hit Todd Brown 54 yards to the house for the only touchdown of the game so far for Tonganoxie. But it's that second quarter. I mean, Spring Hill, they have been on fire. And it's a good example when you look back last week what they did to Bonner Springs. I mean, the game was already put away. They had 40-plus points by halftime last week. But if Tongi defense, if they don't come out and they don't try to find a way to slow this defense down, get back to what they were doing in the first quarter, this game could really get out of hand really quickly here for Tongi.
Well, the best thing that they can do is offense will be their best defense. They need to have controlled offense and score points and keep that powerful Spring Hill offense off the field.
So we're going to step aside for a moment. When we come back, we're going to give our second half keys of the game, brought to you by First Security Bank in Tonganoxie, and then we will have second half action here on the Chieftains Sports Network, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193. Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time with chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy, now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
Call insurance agent.
Hello, customer.
Oh, great. I just had a quick question about my insurance.
You are 312th in line.
Oh, it's just a real quick question.
Would you like a callback in 6 hours?
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Hey, Max, I can answer your insurance question.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Thinking about starting your next outdoor home project? Be sure to call 811 before you dig. After calling 811, wait a few days for utilities to mark your yard with paint or flags to avoid unintentionally hitting a utility line. Hitting a buried line can disrupt service in your area, cost money to repair, or cause serious injury. Southern Star asks you to help protect our community. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute.
Welcome back in the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. We're just a little over 3 minutes until the end, and then they'll add on about 2 more for the teams to warm, so about 5 minutes from the start of the second half here. Let's give some second half keys to the game here, brought to you by First Security Bank in Tonganoxie, your new community bank. They are a locally owned bank located at 415 Stone Creek Drive. Stop by and meet their friendly staff today. First Security Bank, proud supporter of Chieftain Athletics. So, partner, take it away.
So I think starting the second half, Tonganoxie offense is going to have to do some ball control and keep the ball away from the Spring Hill Broncos. Have long sustained drives and end in points. If they don't do this, this could kind of get out of hand on them, I think. But they're not out of this game by any means. We've seen how quickly they can strike with these long passes. So it's far from over. We still have a whole half to play, but they're going to have to slow down that Spring Hill offense too. So, like I said, the best defense is going to be holding onto the ball and keeping them off the field.
Yeah, I think coming into this one, you knew that Tongi had the capability to be a high-powered offense, very explosive, just get scored just like that. But Spring Hill is also like that, and they've been able to prove that for dating all the way back to last year. So Tongi, they're put in a really tough position, and to me, the big key is you can't have turnovers. You can't have any more turnovers.
No.
I mean, those two really loomed large in the first half, and that's especially because Spring Hill took it and capitalized. That's 14 extra points on the board.
Yeah, that's half their
right
points.
Now. So, you got to find a way to limit those, because right now you could be talking about a 14-10 ball game or maybe a 21-10 ball game still within reach, but 28-10, it's got you. Again, it's not a game. It's not over. It's not out of reach, but you have no wiggle room. There's no room for error if you are Tonganoxie. It's almost got to be when you step out there, we need 6. I mean, it's almost like that for the Tongi offense, which puts a lot of pressure on them, but this is also kind of one of those things. Let's see how they respond here. Backs up against the wall here, and when you got to perform at your highest and at your best, who can actually come through and do it? It's a good test for them here early in week 2.
Oh, no question. And they're going to get the ball to come out in the second half. So I think this first drive is going to be really crucial for them.
We're going to take one more break here, and second half action will be on the other side next year on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com. First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
I thank everybody for watching along with the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. We're now ready to move on in quarter number 3 of our action tonight here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Chieftains and the Broncos. Tongi's got some work to do here. They're down 28-10. But they're going to get the ball here to start the first half, and I think this is definitely one, arguably just like every other drive in this second half, they're going to need a score.
Yeah. Well, they've dug themselves a pretty good hole, so they can't afford to fall any further behind.
And there is that doggone cicada. Wherever he is in this press box, he is making his presence known.
Calling out for his girlfriend, I guess.
That thing is just belting. Oh, my goodness. In other news, if you've been watching this game and not paying attention to what's been going on in Lawrence, Kansas, how about them Jayhawks football team? 31-7, they lead over the Illinois Fighting Illini. That's a Big Ten school coming into Lawrence K, and getting their tail whipped right now. So,
yeah,
looks like Jayhawks could be on their way to a 2-0 start, and I think I'm starting to come around on the hire of Lance Leipold. I think they got the right guy.
No question about that. They got the right guy.
Yep. Rock Chalk Jayhawk to all my fellow Jayhawks out there, including the one here right next to me.
Kicking off the Broncos, number 2, Ryan Jackson. Everybody up!
So Chieftains looking to take a note out of KU's playbook here. Try to get some offense going here. They're going to have first crack at it here.
Yep.
And it looks like a good return here. Hit and met at the 40. That's, I believe, Tanner Hand again.
He had a good return last week, too.
It has another one there, and that could be the one that Tongi has been looking for.
They definitely got good field position.
Chieftains start 1st and 10 at their own 42.
That's, again, the first 2 drives that's had really great field position. Did not end the Chieftains' way. They got it right the 3rd time around. It's what they've scored their only touchdown in the game. Looking to repeat that same formula here. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play action. Holthouse looking to get him more involved. 1st down and more, showing off that sprinter speed. Lost the ball, but falls right back on top of it, right at the 37-yard line.
That was just what we were talking about at halftime, partner. They need to find a way to get Holthouse involved.
Just like that, a blink of an eye, 20 yards up the field he goes.
Yeah, they really need to score here.
And Holthouse only held to 2 receptions for 8 yards in the first half. That time, 1 reception for 20. Wouldn't be surprised if the Chieftains pick up tempo here. Right back to him. Exact same play. Makes a man miss. Gets near that first down marker. I think they're going to give him 9 of the 10 that he needed.
Well, coaches must have been listening in. They are right next door.
They are, yeah. Coach Fogren and Coach Tieroff, but yeah, definitely. I mean, that's something. They didn't need to listen to our little analysis up here on this show. It's something when you have a star receiver like Isaiah Holthouse and have him 8 yards in the first half. You need to get him more involved. Double coverage throw here, and it is sent long.
I think that's an ill-advised throw there.
Yeah, maybe tried to force it to him a little bit too much there for Trevor.
That was for Tyler, but he was double covered.
I don't know why I'm getting Tyler Pankey and Isaiah Holthouse mixed up here.
Well, one's 11 and one's 81, so it's and they're very close in their physical size.
Thanks for having my back, partner. 3rd and short, hand it up the middle, get the first down near to the 25.
Well, this is what we talked about, partner. They need a sustained drive that ends in points. And so far, so good.
Again, I'm surprised they're not going with a little bit up-tempo, though. We saw it pay off really well for Spring Hill when they would go up-tempo, and Tommy has had great success in the pass offensively when they've gone up-tempo. And maybe in a game where you got to score and score fast, right now, whatever is working, they're going to keep going ahead. Bruceman going to bounce it out left side. First down and a little bit more before he goes out of play. The Chieftain is slow to get up on the offensive line.
It's 79.
That's big 79, Zach Fisher, the center.
Can't afford to lose him.
No, you cannot.
1st and 10 Chieftains at Spring Hill 14.
Got a run of 11 for Bruceman, so he and Holthouse getting more involved here. And
got a timeout? Or is it injury timeout?
Injury timeout. As they are going out and they are attending to number 79, Zach Fisher, as it seems to be his hand. And
his arm or his hand, yeah.
And you can see the backup center looks to be Gavin Rhodes, number 54. You can see him taking some warm-up snaps right there as he's going to be called into this ball game here. That could be a big loss on the offensive front, losing the big 6', 277-pound junior, Zach Fisher.
Well,
hopefully that he is okay. He's getting looked at by the training staff over there. Some of the best in the field, Mark Padfield and his staff, they will take great care of him.
Hall of Fame trainer.
Yes. Nonetheless, Chieftains picked up 11 on that last run from Colton Bruceman. 1st and 10 inside Bronco territory, right around the 15-yard line. Call it the 14. Snap, taken, Holthouse. A good read by the defender in coverage as he came soaring in.
That was close to being picked off.
That's the 3rd time they've tried to run that play to Holthouse. It worked the first 2 times. And now this last time, the defender reading it well and came soaring in, trying to make a play on that ball. So it goes incomplete here.
2nd and 10 for Tonganoxie, Spring Hill 14.
Four of 10 since his last touchdown pass is Trevor McGraw. Looks right, and he's going to get wrapped up and sacked after the play. Didn't like what he saw there, was trying to go bounce around.
That's 3rd down.
Blaine Sommer, a 6', 210-pound junior, wraps him up and slings him down. A big loss.
Yeah, Tonga needs to pick this up.
Another 3rd and long. This is about the distance where they converted their first touchdown. They're going to hand off. Bruceman gets inside the 10. Legs are still churning inside the 10.
I think they go for it.
Looks like initial spot has him at about the 8.
Yeah, when you're in this kind of hole, I think you're going to have to go for it. Field goals won't do any good here.
We got 10 back. Yeah, definitely. 4 down territory, and they are going to go for it here. Need to find a way to convert.
Yeah. Spring Hill stopped them the last 2 times on 4th down.
McGraw, rollout. Gets it to Pankey. Gets the first down. Stretches out. And
touchdown.
He breaks the play. Touchdown,
Boy, that's what
Chieftains.
we needed right there. Yes, sir.
How about that from 8 yards out? His second reception of the game. And Tyler Pankey gets the Chieftains back in the score column. Big play there. It is worth mentioning that 79 Zach Fisher did make his way back onto the field. Chieftains still going for 1 here.
I think that's a wise call.
The sure foot of Jackson McWilliams has not missed an extra point outside of it just being blocked. Oh, goodness. Why did I say it? Bronco pressure getting through right up the middle, blocking it there. So that might set up for the next Tongi score for them going for 2.
Yep.
But 6 points on the board. A 4th down conversion. Pankey hits pay dirt. 28-16. Chieftains still trail.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Chieftains score on their first drive here in the second half. They convert. About 4th down and 4. And Trevor McGraw rolls out to his right, and he finds Tyler Pankey in the flat. Absorbs the contact around the 2, and he stretches the ball out and breaks the plane. Good for 6. Extra point was blocked, so it stays 28-16. And now the big key here is the defense. Can they get a stop? There's another one. Jackson McWilliams, he has been on it tonight on kickoffs. Another touchback. I believe that's the 3rd one of the game for him.
Yeah, it is.
So back out comes Tyson B. Shore. Again, 4 for 10, 138 yards and 2 touchdowns in that first half. Running backs, each with a touchdown apiece, and Colton McKenna and Noah Anderton, and Colton D. Albini, and Jackson Torres, receivers, also getting in on the fun. B. Shore going to pull it and keep it himself, get around Tanner Hand, and a good solid hit, wrapping him up around the legs. I believe that's Trevor McGraw, and knocked him out, but a good scamper for Tyson B. Shore. Got close to about 5. And Spring Hill not wasting any time getting to the line. Snap is already back. Handoff. McKenna, full head of steam. First down and more past the 35, down to about the 37. Todd Brown was in on the stop, but just a little bit too late. Another solid run for Colton McKenna as he's starting to wake up in this game. This time, Chieftain defense right there, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage. TJ Leeper and Colton Brusman, among other Chieftains, in on the stop. Very minimal game there, and that'll force the Broncos to slow down for a moment and get the right play call.
Chieftains could use a stop here.
Another handoff right side. Flag is up in the air. This is McKenna getting around the edge. Another first down, picking up in about an extra 2 or 3 yards after the sticks. But again, a flag was thrown in the air shortly after that ball was snapped. And it appears to be on the Broncos as you can see them start walking back over on the right side of your screen. For the second time in this game, a legal motion is called.
The 2nd and 15 for the Broncos at their own 31.
Now the Chieftains need to take advantage of this.
There's been multiple drives in this game where the Chieftains look like they've been getting something put together, and then a penalty deflates the drive.
They need to keep them behind the sticks here if they can.
2nd and 15, handoff. McKenna cutting it back upfield. Gets past the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up about a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, this is a big play right here for the Chieftain defense.
That may have been number 52. Not in our program.
Not in our program. That's an interesting name. Big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 7 from the 39. Beshore, clean pocket. He's feeling some pressure from behind. It's Holthouse. And he throws it incomplete. But the big hit from Isaiah Holthouse coming back around from behind.
All right, there's the stop that they needed. Now let's see if they can score again.
If you're Holthouse, you know in his mind he's saying, could you have held on for about an extra half second or a second longer? I would have had my first sack of the year. It does not matter. It's going to bring up 4th and 7, and it's going to force the Broncos to punt. And this is going to be the biggest offensive possession for either team in this ballgame coming up next for Tonganoxie. Scoring on their first drive of the game in the second half. Punt is away. It is high. Peter calls are out. It takes a bounce, and it goes out of bounds. Chieftains will take over inside their own 35-yard line. And a chance to really swing momentum back to their side. Down by 12. Can make it a one-possession game with a score here on this drive. Yes, the Monday Night Football theme in the background. Chieftain offense right back to work. 1st and 10. Rusman waiting, and going the wrong way there. Maybe waited a little bit too long. Tiafau, among others, back there making first contact, wrapping him up. Big loss on 1st down for Tongi. Close to about 4.
2nd and 14 for the Chieftains at their own 34.
Well, you got to figure they're going to throw it this time.
Snap back to McGraw, play action. In on the crosser, and it's behind Todd Brown, incomplete. Defenders were all around him. He wasn't going to get much more, but that would have made it about 3rd and manageable. Instead, they're going to have 3rd and 14 coming up here. And like I said, biggest offensive possession for either team, especially for Tongi so far tonight.
Well, they could use a 1st down here. Ooh. It didn't look like McGraw and he were on the same page on that play.
Play clock is under 10 seconds here. McGraw comes up, calls for the snap back with 4 seconds left on the clock. McGraw feeling pressure, rolling out right. Even more pressure, gets around him, works his way upfield, and he is right around the 1st down marker. Are they going to give it to him? And I believe they will. He needed to get to the 48, and he got to the 49. Call it a scamper of 15 yards and a 1st down for Trevor McGraw.
Looked like Patrick Mahomes on that play. I think Patrick was the leading rusher last night.
I believe so. And Trevor McGraw, he's putting himself fairly close in that company. So far tonight, he has made plenty of plays, including some big conversions for 1st downs with his feet. Chieftains.
They need to keep this drive going.
Back above 50% on 3rd down conversions. Brusman going right between the guard and tackle on the right side. Tried to cut it back up the middle, but not getting much more. And about 3 yards.
On the stop, number 58, Riley.
That Bronco defense is defending the run well.
2nd and 7 for the Chieftains.
Well, when you got a guy that's coming in that carried the rock 39 times in the week before, I'm sure run defense was a big focus in Spring Hill's preparation. And Brusman has not had that big run yet in this game. They've kept him bottled up to 10 yards or less. Good throw over the middle. Tyler Pankey taken near the 25 and inside the 20. He takes it
Good pass right there and a good catch.
Tackle made by number 45, Bo Gardner. First and 10 Chieftains, Spring Hill 19.
Almost 29 yards through the air that time. And the Chieftain offense, after being held to 3rd and 14 and deep in Bronco territory, back in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 19. I'd say back at their own territory now at the Bronco 19. 3 receivers on the left side. Brusman looks right, finds Brown.
Pass complete, number 5, Todd Brown. Tackle made by number 33, Kendall Heiss.
Chieftain offense, again, really, I think message was well received in the halftime locker room because they have just found another gear right now. First reception in the second half for Todd Brown. 2 receivers at the top. Todd Brown, the lone receiver at the bottom. Hand, the back in the backfield. He gets it.
It's going to be close to the first down.
He needed to get to about the 9.5-yard line. I think they're going to call him just short. It's literally going to be 3rd and inches coming up.
Yeah.
3rd and 1 from the Chieftains, Spring Hill 10.
You got to pick this up.
You just need to get to the 9-yard line, keep this drive alive, and you got 2 downs to do it. McGraw, another handoff. Tanner Hand, that time.
He's got it that time.
He collects it.
On carry, 22, Tanner Hand.
How about that? When Colton Brusman needs a breather, send in Tanner Hand. Back-to-back carries, keeps the drive alive.
Yep.
Goal to go for the Chieftain offense. Got about 3 on that one. Down to the 7. Under 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. McGraw in the backfield, joined by Brusman. He's going to hand it to Brusman. Following, had a lane up the middle near the end zone. Calls him short at about the half-yard line, but there is a flag.
On the carry, number 16. There is a flag on the play.
There is a flag right around the 8-yard line, and it is going to be a hold against Tonganoxie. Another offensive penalty.
That hurt.
That is going to back him up.
First and goal, Chieftains on Spring Hill 17.
On the 7, back him up 10 yards to the 17. You got 4 downs to get from the 17-yard line into the end zone. They will start off with a run with Brusman. He's going to lose yardage here. Well, call for progress was stopped just shy of the 20. Still a loss of 4. And
Second and goal for the Chieftains, Spring Hill 20.
Chieftains are flirting with some disaster here. A drive that was 1st and goal at the 7. Now you have 2nd and goal at the 20. Looking for something here. 2 receivers to the left side. Brown is the intended target, brings it in, gets a stiff arm, and goes out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. Did he get to the 5? I think they might mark him at the 6, but a great move by Todd Brown.
Yeah, he did.
Third goal for the Chieftains, Spring Hill 6.
At 14 yards there. Get him a little bit closer here.
You got 2 plays to basically gain 7 yards.
This is almost right back where the Chieftains were at 1st and goal. Instead, now it is 3rd and goal. McGraw looking left. He's going to throw, and it is out of reach of Tyler Pankey. In on the coverage. Number 18, Siler Stewart.
On the coverage, number 18, Siler Stewart.
This could potentially be the ball game right here. And the Chieftains, they are going to take the points here as on comes the field goal unit. The extra point was blocked. Last time out.
This will get it down to a one-score game.
Not quite. It'd be under double digits. It would make it a 19-28.
Oh. Yeah, there's no 9-point.
28 yards out. McWilliams' kick is up, deflected, I believe, and no good. And the Chieftains yet again squandering an offensive opportunity. First and goal at the 7, some penalties backing them up, and now a blocked field goal.
Now penalties have been a problem for the Chieftains tonight.
It has been really, really tough. McWilliams now 1 of 2. Clock is stopped right now, 2 minutes, 42 seconds. And Broncos will take over again. Colton McKenna has an open lane, deadly space, past midfield, cutting it back inside, taken down right around the 40 by Isaiah Holthouse. 40 yards on the ground for Colton McKenna. In this game, it just seems when Tongi is able to, where they might be able to take advantage and get something working, it just does not go their way.
Well, they can't afford to give up any more points here.
Definitely not. Flag is up, in the air, strong running by Stump. So there is another flag on the play. We were working on getting the game clock back on.
Another illegal shift.
That's like the third or fourth time that they've called an illegal shift on Spring Hill. They like to send a lot of guys in motion. You just got to make sure that not too many people are moving at the same time.
On the carry, number 27, Patrick Stump. Tackled by number 6, Kendall Smith.
Kendall Smith's been having him a good game defensively. He's been in on some stops.
42.
Broncos have been stayed pretty clean penalty-wise so far. More pressure from Holthouse, forces B short to roll out, keeps his eye downfield. He's throwing it, looking for Torres, and it's incomplete.
Pass ball is incomplete for number 9, Jackson Torres.
And so that will now bring up 3rd and 12. As the rough night passing continues for Tyson B. Shore. Hasn't been super ideal.
Can't afford to give up a big play here if you're the Chieftains.
Stump in the backfield for protection. B. Short throws it downfield, has a man and overthrows him, incomplete. It was Ryan Jackson coming down the near sideline. B. Short puts that one on target. It might result in 6 points. Instead, it's an incompletion, 4th and 12, another punt on the way for Spring Hill. We talk about the frustration of Tonganoxie, how you leave points on the field, first and goal at the 7. Well, how about if you're Spring Hill now, back both drives offensively in the second half, ending in punts?
Yeah. Well, it's what you wanted if you're Tonganoxie, but you got to cash in when you hold them.
Comes in and collects it.
Fair catch for Tonganoxie at their own 15-yard line.
Just a little bit over a minute left to go in the third quarter. 28-16. Chieftains scored on their first offensive drive in the second half. Had the extra point blocked. Then their next drive, again, Might sound like a broken record, but just keeping everybody up to date. First and goal at the 7, had some penalties back them up, got back to about 4th and goal around the 6-yard line. They like to go for the field goal, and then the field goal gets blocked. So what potentially could be a one-possession game right now if some opportunities were capitalized on, but still plenty of time in this ballgame for the Chieftains to turn it around. And they're going to have to try to get this man going a little bit more. Colton Brusman. Another run along the outside on the left side of the line. Picks up about 3 or 4.
Tackle made number 16, Clay Valerie.
Okay.
Check that, number 18, Skylar Stewart. 2nd and 7 for Chieftains at their own 18.
Clock keeps running, and again, no sign of urgency right now for Tonganoxie. Under 30 seconds left. McGraw, quick throw again. Todd Brown, they've really liked this play. He got him at one-on-one, and that's a high tackle, and there comes the flag. I believe they're going to get him for a face mask. Todd Brown tried to duck under to get away from the tackler, and just catching enough of the face mask there. The official right there, easy call.
Looked like he had the back of his helmet.
Well, whatever part of the helmet he had, it's illegal. So
They're going to probably call a horse collar, or they did call a face mask. Well, that's a good penalty for the Chieftains.
After the penalty, 1st and 10 for the
15 yards, so they'll move them up. 1st and 10 at the 36. Snap back to McGraw again, right back to Brown. Catches at the 35, gets by a man, past the 40, up near around the 45 before getting out of bounds. And this is something with Todd Brown they really have working. And Brown, he is slow to get up. He is still down here at the Spring Hill sideline. We've got an injured player as Todd Brown again off the reception of about 10
Looks like cramps. They're stretching him out.
Timeout for injury.
So the Spring Hill training staff gets a head start on him. We will step aside right now. 2 seconds, so we got one more play left here in the 3rd quarter. Next on Tongi Sports Live.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. And now get occupational therapy in the office or at home on an outpatient basis. Call 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
So both teams are lined up ready to run a play. Todd Brown, he was still getting stretched out.
He's up.
He is up. He's being helped over to the Tongi sideline, walking right down the stripe of midfield. Well, hopefully he is okay, and we see him back in this game soon, because right now he's the leading receiver for Tongi in this game.
Yeah, it really looked like it was cramps. I don't believe it's anything serious, so hopefully they can get some fluids in him and get him back out here, some electrolytes.
Man's got 151 receiving yards on the night so far. For a guy that earned honorable mentions for all-league wide receiver last year, and he has had himself a strong start to the 2023 campaign with an exclamation performance so far tonight. Hope to see him back in soon. Meanwhile, play moves on. A handoff to Tanner Hand along the left side, just past the 45 to about the 46, and not much more after that. Maybe 1 yard they'll give him. And that is how the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Chieftains
4s are up.
Hold the Broncos scoreless here in the 3rd. Still trying to claw back. They trail 28-16. We'll be back with 4th quarter action after this on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongirec.org or call 913-845-3502.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Scores are up here in Spring Hill. Chieftains down by 12. Looking to come back and take one away from the Broncos as they open up Frontier League matchup tonight. Trey McGraw, 2 big interceptions that were taken back for touchdowns in the first half. Trying to right some wrongs here. He starts with a throw far side, looking for Tyler Pankey, but it's knocked out. I believe that's Heiss again in coverage, incomplete.
That brings up a big third down.
Something that the Chieftains have not been strangers to all game long tonight. They have had continuous third and longs so far. 5 of 9 so far. Fake the handoff. McGraw gets it out quickly. Finds Pankey. High hit. It's a little bit of the high-low combo, but he pops right back up, and she's still going to be about a yard short.
Number 11, Tyler Pankey. Tackle made by number 33, Kendall Heiss.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
4th and 1.
No doubt.
Spring Hill 45.
4th down has not been good to the Chieftains tonight.
No. Only 1 for 3 so far. 2-back set for the Chieftains. It's a handoff, cuts it up the middle, and I think he got enough, but not much more. I think that was Colton Brusman.
Number 16, Colton Brusman.
Needed a yard, and I think he got just that up
Yep.
to the 44-yard line. Good enough for a fresh set of downs.
The length of the football.
My goodness.
Doesn't get much closer than that.
No.
1st and 10, Tonganoxie, Spring Hill 44.
Chieftains looking for the big play here. Get this game back to 1 possession. Snap back, McGraw. This is what they've been working with so far in the second half. They've been getting the ball quickly out of his hands. He's been working with Todd Brown, Tyler Pankey, Isaiah Holthouse, and it's been working so far.
Yeah, they're picking up at least 5 per play. Use it till they stop it.
The ball's only going maybe about 2, 3, 4 yards through the air
Yeah.
for the majority of the second half. But yeah, I mean, like you just said there, keep doing it until they stop it. Another 5 yards for Pankey and McGraw. 2 receiver set. Brusman up the middle, had a good lane, trying to make the most of it. Bodies right around the 35-yard line.
Tackle made by number 61, Carson Royal.
So stopped his forward progress just shy. Brings up a manageable 3rd and 2. Another handoff. Brusman met early. Gets this time
short.
up to the 35. He is short. They're still going to need 1 more yard.
Tackle by number 6,
The interior for the offensive line, it's been trying to hold up the best it can, but Spring Hill has just got their numbers so far. Big 4th down play here. Need to convert. Back in the gun. McGraw takes the snap. Another handoff. Right side. Brusman makes a good cut, and there he goes. This is the play we've been waiting for. Colton Brusman to the house. Touchdown Chieftains from 35 yards. And it's back to a one-possession game here in Spring Hill at the Shack.
You got to figure they're going for 2 here, partner.
What a big play. Colton Brusman, 35-yard touchdown run.
Boy, that's what the doctor ordered right there.
And they are going to go
kick it.
They're going to go for the extra point. 22-28 right now. Extra points and field goals have not been a gimme so far tonight for Tonganoxie. Last extra point was blocked. This one is up, and it is good.
We got us a ball game again, partner.
A 5-point game. Broncos be getting the ball back. Chieftains, my goodness, 28-23, 9:52 left to go in quarter number 4.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
If you happen to turn this game off and went to watch the KU game, first of all, rock shock. But second of all, Chieftains have come storming back in this one. It's a one-possession game, 28-23. Broncos still lead. But the Chieftains have scored all the points so far here in this second half. Spring Hill has yet to find pay dirt. They've had 2 drives and have ended at 2 punts. Chieftains looking for 3 straight.
We have an active logic first down for the Broncos at their own 20.
Well, Jackson McWilliams has put a leg into it tonight.
Yeah. So let's talk about it real quick. This offense, it's almost done an exact 180.
Oh, yeah.
The big touchdown run there from Colton Brusman. What have you seen that's been a little bit different, that's been working better for this offense?
Well, that quick out pass to Brown and Pankey has really kind of loosened it up inside because they're running from sideline to sideline.
Broncos now trying to answer. Colton McCann looking for a big run of his own. Gets by some bodies past the 25 and stops shortly after that of a good game of about 6 to start this drive off.
They're going to have to find an answer to him or they're going to be in trouble.
They did a great job within the first quarter of really limiting
number 12
them.
is down.
Number 12 for Tonga is Brady Martin. Well, Brady Martin, number 12, he is up, but he's limping around, but there's another Chieftain that is on the turf, and it looks like more cramps.
Yep, that's what it is.
Can't quite get a number.
Hot, sultry night. Need to be pumping those electrolytes.
Let's step aside for a moment as they work on the injured Chieftain. 9:31 left. Broncos 28, Chieftains 23.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and more. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at S&SAutoandBody.com or call 913-369-3193.
So the injured Chieftain that was down, it was two-way player and starting quarterback Trevor McGraw. He walked over off on his own power, so it just appeared to be cramps as another run for Colton McCann. It just gets about 1. It's going to bring up third and short for the Broncos. So most importantly for Trevor, again, he got up. Everything appeared to be okay. Just kind of dealing with some cramps as both teams have been battling that so far tonight on what hasn't been a really hot night, but the humidity is still a little bit of a factor. Third down and 2. Big play here for the Broncos. They're going to hand off right side. Colton McKenna sidesteps, and he gets enough for the first down, keeping the drive alive. And so now here, we've seen the up-tempo offense for Spring Hill. Is this the drive now where we see them slow down a little bit here and try to milk a lot of this clock off?
They're still coming pretty quick.
Another handoff. And Bronco offensive line still opening lanes for McKenna. Good run of 4. This is where nutrition is really going to start coming in here. We talk about it sometimes throughout the year at Tongi. A majority of the players playing both ways. A team like Spring Hill, majority of them only playing one way. So this is a time, fresh legs like Colton McKenna, that offensive line, is nutrition going to set in? Are they going to take control and start breaking off these 4-yard, 5-yard runs? Be sure pulls in and keeps this one, has nothing but green grass in front of him, gets past the 40, and is tackled out of bounds. Knocked out by Owen Schmidt, number 14. But it's a first down pickup for Tyson Beshore. We haven't seen him run with the feet very often so much in this game, but he gets it done there and keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, that Tongi defense has got to be getting gassed, especially those big boys up front.
They're going to keep running the ball. This time, McKenna is met. That's Kendall Smith again. He has been having himself a really good game defensively. The 6'3", 195-pound junior for Tongi. He is beginning in that backfield and stopping runs right at the line of scrimmage for the majority of this contest. Handoff, McKenna.
Get him.
Another minimal gain.
And this is a huge third down right here.
That moth crawling on me. That was something. Big third down coming up here for both teams. For the Chieftains, looking to get a stop and get the ball back to their offense. Down by 5. Beshore feeling pressure. Steps up, rolls out to the right side, throws across, and incomplete. He actually hit. It was Ryan Jackson, number 2, and he hit him right in the numbers, but Jackson was not looking for it. Jackson did not have his eyes back to Beshore, and that is a tough break for the Bronco offense, as they will be forced to punt yet again. And if you're the Chieftain defense, you're getting major kudos from Coach Bond and company. A job well done.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Coach Bond's going to be proud of that series.
Jackson would have caught that. It would have been caught right at the sticks and probably good enough for a first down. Most likely would have been a first down. Instead, it stays 4th and 8. Low snap back to the punter, but it's up and away. Tanner Hand back to receive. He's going to let it bounce, and it's going to be a good Bronco punt inside the 10, inside the 5. Chieftains are really going to have to earn it here.
Yeah.
A great one there. 6 minutes, 19 seconds on the clock here in the fourth quarter. 28-23 is the score. Chieftains could take the lead if they can hit pay dirt here.
They'll have to get out of the shadow of their own end zone, though. Interesting to see what the coaches dial up here.
We'll have to go 98 yards. This is one of those season-defining moments right here.
No question.
98 yards to the house. 6:19 in the fourth quarter, down by 5. What can you do? And here, how about this?
There
they
he
might
goes.
only be one play.
He's
Colton
gone.
Brusman.
He's
going
gone.
to go 98 yards. Holthouse will escort him to pay dirt. No flags. Holy cow. The last 2 runs for Colton Brusman
That'll bring the old average up.
133 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that gives the Chieftains the lead. They only needed one play, a run right up the middle. Breaks it open. Chieftains lead 29-28. Could you have drawn it up any better there?
No.
So sideline interference from Tongi. Excitement getting a little bit too carried away over there. So that's going to be something enforced on the kickoff. That's something where when you have a Jackson McWilliams, at least you have a better chance of trying to offset that.
And I like this call here. They're going to go for 2, I believe, and that will make it a 3-point game. So a field goal can only tie you if you're Tonganoxie.
Chieftains setting up for a 2-point conversion.
A big 98-yard run. One play from Colton Brisbane gives the Chieftains their first lead since 7-6. Now looking to go for 2 and make it a 3-point game. McGraw takes a snap. Flags are up in the air. The throw is to the end zone. It is incomplete. The flag is up. Obviously, Spring Hill would decline the penalty since the try was no good. Illegal motion, so again, that play, it will be declined. But the Chieftains, they come back and they take the lead.
That's huge.
Huge.
6
Huge
minutes
run
to
for
play.
Colton Brisbane. Like we said, 133 yards in his last 2 carries and 2 touchdowns for Colton Brisbane. Cannot ask for much more from one of your stars
No, you
on
cannot.
the offense. Chieftains kicking it off right back to the Broncos. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this quick break on Tongi Sports Live, presented by Kansas Insurance.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
It has been an exciting Friday night here at what they call the Shack in Spring Hill High School. Chieftains trailed 28-10 going into halftime. Got 19 points unanswered later.
Now this is going to be a test here because that penalty is enforced on the kickoff, so there's no way Jackson's going to be able to kick this one out of the end zone.
He'd have to.
There will be a return, and that's been an Achilles heel for this Tongi team.
Well, you'll see what exactly they draw up here on special teams. Again, ball's teed up at the 25-yard line. Jackson McWilliams.
I don't think you
puts
want
as
to give
good
him
of
a
a
short
charge
field.
as he can get to it in between the 15 and the 20-yard line. This is going to be a return inside the 30.
Yeah, good
and
coverage.
Not much more after that. So great job by the kickoff team for Tongi, getting down there, corralling, and not allowing the big play there to wipe out the momentum of the big 98 touchdown run on the last drive from Colton Brisbane and company. And now, like you had just mentioned during our timeout before we came back from break, can Coach Bond, the defensive coordinator, longtime defensive coordinator for Tongi, can he fire up this defense for another stand here? 5:58 on the clock in the fourth quarter. You got the 1-point lead after being down by 18 points. Well, let's see how this defense can respond. On the jet sweep, Torres, he took it to the house last time around. This time he just picks up about 4. Took it 68 yards to the house on the last jet sweep that he corralled in. One back in the backfield. That's McKenna. He's going to get it. Left side. Met hard.
Good job.
On carry number 5, Colt McKenna. Tackle made by number 53, Jordan Helm.
Yeah, my number
52 is TJ Leeper.
Say 53, Jordan Helm.
Oh, come on, hold him.
3rd down and 5 coming up. Chieftains haven't had a sack yet. It's a rollout. Jackson Torres complete, and he's going to get the 1st down to keep the drive alive. Ball moved up to about the 45.
Tackle made by number 2, Zakai Glover. 1st and 10, Broncos.
Now the Broncos getting set. Here comes Tempo. Torres, he's going to be one-on-one up top with Brendan Briley. It's going to be a handoff. Here, Noah Anderton, near side, gets tripped up just shy of the 50. It's so very often you get playoff-like atmosphere this early in a regular season matchup. You can feel it on both sides of the stadium right now. 2nd and 6 after the 4 yards from Anderton. McKenna, again, cut back to the right side,
tackle.
gets tripped up. First one in there, I believe that's Colton Brusman, and it is. He wrapped him up around the ankles, bringing him down just at the 50-yard line.
4th down? Or is that 3rd down? Yeah, 3rd and 5. Now we need to hold them. Force them to make a decision.
Broncos converted on their last 3rd down. 3 of 6 so far. Another handoff McKenna. He's going to have it and is tripped up. And fortunately so, if he stayed on his feet, he might have taken that to the house. Just past the 40-yard line in Chieftain territory.
Active logic, Bronco 1st down at the Chieftains 40.
Bronco offense back in Chieftain territory here in the 2nd half. Another handoff. McKenna again. Hit from behind, but dragging defenders with him. Strong running. Gain of 3. More whistles are blowing. This is Tommy Messersmith. And he's still a little slow to get up here as he comes up limping. Making it over to the trainers under his own power. And we also seem to have another shaken up Chieftain, number 52, TJ Leeper. As he gets dropped down to a knee. Mark Padfield attending to him. We will step aside again. Injury timeout for Tongi. Spring Hill have it right now, 2nd and 6 at the Chieftain 36-yard line. 3 minutes, 11 seconds in quarter number 4.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongirec.org or call 913-845-3502.
TJ Leeper helped over to the sideline. We resume action here. Clock runs as we approach 3 minutes left to go in the ball game. Broncos down by 1. Colt McKenna splits the defense up the middle. Sidesteps Zakai Glover inside the 5, and he will take it in. 36 yards out. Touchdown for Spring Hill, and they reclaim the lead just like that. Another big run from Colt McKenna, who has just been on fire after about the second quarter. Broncos back in front, 34-29. Extra point is pending. And they're actually going for a 2-point conversion here. D. Albini, a tight end in motion. He anchors in on that left side. That's where they run the ball. McKenna hurdles the man, and he goes right on in there. So back to a 7-point contest, 36-29. 2 minutes, 59 seconds. So
plenty of time.
Chieftains with 3 timeouts on the board. We will keep it here right now. This game, this is something we were coming into this. We said it was going to be a showdown. It was going to be a classic, and it has not disappointed.
No, it has not. Kind of a tale of two halves.
And not kind of. It has been the tale of two halves. Outside, from the second quarter, the Chieftains would really love to just wipe the second quarter just off this game slate, but outside of that, they've played a really good ball game so far. And now the offense, they're going to have to go out. And this is part of what makes that Colton Brusman run even more crucial now, is because you scored so fast then. And now, even though Spring Hill went down to score, you still have just a second under 3 minutes and 3 timeouts to go down and try to score. And this isn't NFL rules either, so you still got time. You got ways to work it out.
Could start off with a good return right here.
Another one sent deep in the air, returnable. Tanner Hand will take it right around the 5-yard line. He brings it up past the 15, drifting to the right side. Big block there. He gets tripped up just at that 26-yard line. That was Tucker McGuire, number 58, that threw a good block in there. As a former lineman myself and a lineman on the front line of a kickoff return KOR team, got to appreciate when you get back there and throw a shoulder into somebody. So here we go. Trevor McGraw, Tonganoxie offense.
Comes down to this possession.
Absolutely. This is big right here for Tonganoxie. First and 10 at the 25. Fake the handoff, throws it out quick. Isaiah Holthouse past the 30. Gets stopped just shy of the 35. Good gain of about 8.
Pass complete, number 81, Isaiah Holthouse. Tackled by number...
And this, I think, is where we're going to start seeing more of the up-tempo offense from Tonganoxie. McGraw calls for it. Handoff, Brusman splits some defenders and gets the first down for Tonganoxie. Yeah, we got more Chieftains. Looks slow to get up. Brusman gets up, and a lineman is down. Like we talked about, nutrition is going to be a factor later in this game, and unfortunately for Tongi, some of the players have just been kind of going down like flies right now. Yeah, we have an injured lineman down. We saw Zach Fisher, the center, had to come out earlier in the game for about a play or two. He made his way back in, and now another one is down. Well, we will step aside as he gets treated on the field. Chieftains running the 2-minute drill in the fourth quarter here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Hauga at Midwest Chiropractic offer caring, high-quality, and comprehensive care, including chiropractic care, acupuncture, and school and DOT physicals. Now offering Saturday appointments in Bonner Springs and Tonganoxie to better serve you. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
There's number 53, Helm for Tonganoxie, the sophomore guard that was a little slow to get up. But now we resume play here. Clock continues to run after the injury timeout. Chieftains got to have a little bit of urgency right here. Flags are thrown right away.
Dadgummit.
Big false start right there. That's the last thing you want when you're going with the 2-minute drill.
15 for Tonganoxie. They're on 32.
Chieftains trying to recollect here. Ball just past the 30-yard line. McGraw throws over the middle and bobbled and can't bring it in. Tyler Pankey almost brought it in, and now he is slow to get up. At this point, we might have to send you down in a uniform, partner.
Oh, no. My dues are gone.
Tyler Pankey laid out for that ball. It just kind of came down, hoping he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Might have fallen on the ball. I don't know.
Quite possibly. That would have been a big gainer for Tongi.
Yeah.
Well, we will step aside again as the trainers attend to Tyler Pankey. 2:06 left to go in the fourth quarter.
First State Bank & Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank & Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank & Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Very crucial plays here coming up. Pankey is helped up after the injury timeout, so Chieftain offense will have to work without him. For at the moment, he has been a vital part of getting his offense going here in the second half. Quick throw behind the line of scrimmage and losing yardage. Chieftains going backwards here. Clock now under 2 minutes left.
You got to throw it now.
Yeah, I'd try to do something here. I'm not a fan of how slow they're going here. This is a lot of time. Almost would have been better off just having the incomplete pass there. Snap will come, it's low. McGraw handles it, throws it down the field. Man is wide open, Tyler Pankey back in the game. Past the 30 and knocked out around the 25. Tumbles on the track.
Huge.
And gotta be careful. Some unsportsmanlike there from Tyler Pankey, and you see Coach Bond pulling him aside right away. That was the defender for Spring Hill. That was number 16. It was number 16, Clayton Valerie, that chased Pankey out of bounds, and Pankey just kind of tripped up, taking his momentum with him, fell on the track. Not the best moment for the young man right there, but nonetheless, big play for the Chieftains, has him set up at the 26.
How much time we got left? Minute and 23 seconds.
Wow, you got somewhere to be?
No, I just wondering how long the Chieftains have to punch this in.
Rusvin not getting far, just shy of the 25, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Clock will stop here as Tongi will take a timeout. Tyler Pankey, he got pulled out after that last game, but he will be, looks like he'll be coming back in for the offense here. Yeah, this is the game essentially right here. Tongi taking a timeout there. That will put him down to 2 timeouts left. And how about that? I mean, that big hitter, third down. Pankey pulling the double move, it looks like, getting wide open, and McGraw hits him perfectly. He runs it down the field, gets knocked out of bounds, and has his team set up for success here really, really well. 1 minute, 17 seconds left. This has just been a barn burner so far. And don't forget, folks, stick around for the Brothers Market postgame show, and we will crown our Kevin Gallagher American Family Insurance Player of the game. Kevin Gallagher with American Family Insurance has been serving Tonganoxie for over 25 years, located right by Brothers Market grocery store. For all your insurance needs, home, life, auto, and more, the Kevin Gallagher Agency is there to serve you every step of the way. And boy, oh boy, there's a lot of contenders for that player of the game here so far. It's going to be even sweeter if they can find a way to get in the end zone here and try to hold on and snatch one away from the Broncos. Still have work to do here, though. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line. Get 2 timeouts remaining for Tonganoxie. McGraw fakes it. He's just going to lob it up, looking for a man, and it's incomplete. Looked like that was for Pankey again. And again, slow to get up.
Down to their last 2 downs here.
So this is that point of the game right here. Todd Brown's been your leading receiver tonight. Tyler Pankey's been great. He's not in on this play. For me, I'm looking. Where's 81 right now? Isaiah Holthouse. Snap is back. Play action. McGraw rolling out right. Going to try to run. It is knocked out right around the sticks. Huge collision in play. Right along that Chieftain sideline there. He gets out of bounds. So that'll at least stop the clock, but now you got 4th and 10 coming up. And
it's a ball game right here.
I think everyone, they got to check on the chain game down there first before Trevor. My goodness.
The chain gang member didn't do his job there. I've run those before, and when you have players coming at you, you're supposed to lay that thing down, not hold it up.
Game on the line right here. Tongi will take
timeout.
One of their last 2 timeouts here. Try to talk it over. Biggest play of the year so far, without a doubt. Chieftains have a chance if they can keep the drive alive. So it's not necessarily, you don't need to go for the end zone right here. You just need you're going to that part of the play sheet. If you're Preston Troyer, when you need about 10, 15 yards, what plays are you dialing up there?
Well, it's going to be a pass, I think. And like you said, you're probably going to go to Holthouse, Brown, or Pankey if he's in there.
Just looking out there right now, I see Brusvin and Pankey, he is back in the game, so he's going to be on the top of your screen, the closest to the Chieftain sideline. And here we go right here.
This is the ball game, folks.
Chieftains trying to stay alive, to keep their hopes going 2-0 alive. Here we go, McGraw, he's going to have to throw it. 50-50 ball, he's looking for Pankey, and it is swatted away and incomplete, no flags.
They're going to come up short. But boy, what a comeback.
And Pankey just barely able to get himself off the turf. He has been battling through it all night long, as the majority of the Chieftains have been. As of right now, looks like it's going to be just too little too late for the Chieftains right now. 59 seconds on the clock. Man.
Looks like victory formation now for the
Chieftains only have 1
Broncos.
timeout, so they're going to use it after this play right here. And then from that, it will do it. Chieftains come close. You cannot discredit from what they showed. Actually, looks like they're just going to let this clock run down, so that officially will do it in this ball game. My goodness, man.
Boy, you can't hang your head if you're a Chieftain tonight.
No, you really can't. I mean, this is something that, again, we always talk about in big games like this. It's always the turnovers that really get magnified, and that one, I mean, that's the story.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway here tonight. 2 interceptions from Trevor McGraw. He played a pretty good game in the second half after that, but 2 interceptions, both cashed in for touchdowns. That's 14 extra points given to the Broncos on a game that they win by 7. You know that's going to haunt him moving on, but
he's got to have a short memory, though, because he's shown a lot of promise so far this year. He's put this game behind him and move on.
An exciting and thrilling one in the shack tonight. Shirts are coming off. My goodness, young man. Just like we promised, it was going to be a classic. And nothing short of that. Chieftains on the short end, however. They fall to the Spring Hill Broncos 36-29. They will drop to 1-1 on the year. Spring Hill will boast their record up to 2-0. And 2-0 in Frontier League play as well, as the Chieftains will drop to 1-1 and 0-1 in Frontier League play. So big, crucial game right there. We're going to step aside for a moment. We'll be back with the Brothers Market postgame show after this on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Whether you're an athlete looking to get back for another big win or you're just trying to win at life, Dr. Adam Ludwin at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy can get you back in the game. Dr. Adam has the tools and skills to have you feeling your best in no time with chiropractic adjustment, physical therapy, cupping, taping, muscle scraping, on-site x-ray, and more. Lose the pain and win the day at Win Chiropractic and Sports Therapy, now open in Tonganoxie. Book online at winchiropracticst.com or call 913-214-1020.
I was just wondering.
Enter query.
Should I use a robot?
Vacuum?
No. Are
Bots taking over the world? Yes.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Unlike a robo-advisor, we can put together a personalized plan.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Your home is your sanctuary, and it deserves to look its best. Whether you're looking to update your interior, spruce up your exterior, or give your cabinets a fresh look, trusted residential house painters Absolute Painting are here to help. At Absolute Painting, they specialize in providing top-notch home painting services to homeowners just like you. Their team of professionals have years of experience and the skills necessary to transform your home into a beautiful, welcoming space. Call for a free quote today. Absolute Painting, where quality is absolute. For more more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
I didn't know what a derecho was. Didn't know that kind of storm existed. I didn't worry a bit about my coverage. It did not let me down. I was not caught blindsided. The secret is to have an agent that gets you insured for your needs. If you don't have Farm Bureau, you don't have good insurance.
Contact Farm Bureau agents Tex Vandervoort and Jerry Sanders in Tonganoxie today.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the halftime show. This is the Brothers Market postgame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Serving the Tonganoxie community since 2014. You can check out their weekly ads and specials in-store or on their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. And just some quick tallying numbers here real quick as I'm going through. Can we get a close-up on the Tongi huddle here?
Sure.
While I'm reading these out, partner. Just real quick stats here for Trevor McGraw. He ends the night 232 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He had close to about maybe 25, 30 yards rushing on the night as well. Colton Bursman, we talked about him being bottled up, and that was a big part of why this Chieftain offense was having a hard time getting through. Well, he exploded, and he had back-to-back runs that both went for touchdowns, one for 35, and, of course, that one from the 98 yards of the shadow of the goal line. That took his total up to 198 yards on the night. So 190 last week and now 198 this week. So a good performance from him as well. Tyler Pankey got more involved in the passing game later in the game. I believe Todd Brown is still the leading receiver for Tonganoxie as I just punch in some final numbers here. He finished with 144 receiving yards and 1 touchdown, so he is the leading receiver for the Chieftains tonight. And again, in a game that they just came up short, they lost by 7 points. But let's step aside for a moment and just kind of look back, going into halftime in a game that they were down 28-10, and it looked like the Spring Hill offense was clicking. There was no way of stopping them. Colt McKenna was on fire, and D. Albini and Jackson Torres was on fire. There was no slowing them down. The Chieftain offense, they had let some points there on the field. We've had an extra point blocked and a field goal blocked, and there were multiple times early in the game where there was 4th down and goals and or 4th down and at least inside the 20 or 15-yard line, and Chieftains were turned away both times in that game. And it's always one of those games that they're going to look back at the film, and it's always easy to say after the fact, well, if you would have done this there or whatever, well, sure, it's always easy, but to me, it's the turnovers. It's the 2 interceptions in a game you lose by 7, and that gave plus 14 points and a point differential.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, partner. I think that's really the difference in the game.
And you could just see it summed up right there. Isaiah Holthouse, you could see the rightfully so. He didn't quite have the game that I don't think he would have really hoped for, or did the team. You can see him kind of walking over to Coach Bond right there. They share a word. This team, they're going to be okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is not, like
Spring Hill's a really good squad.
Absolutely. I mean, this is not the sky is falling and, this is the end and, it looks like, another 4-5, season on the way. Now, barring injuries, of course.
Yeah,
you never know. But, I took almost a little bit more positive away from this game because to me it was about how the Chieftains reacted.
And they did.
After being down, 28-10, I'm sure in the locker room, the gauntlet was laid down. The challenge was laid down to Trevor McGraw. And that was something, when we saw him as a sophomore, again, 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That was something that he struggled with as a sophomore, was kind of throwing those kind of bad interceptions. It wasn't necessarily like, the defender just made a good play, right place, right time. It was just one of those, it's like you can't force it here. Throw it away.
Yeah, ill-advised throws. Yeah.
Exactly. And both the interceptions tonight, I think if you ask Trevor, just based off my analysis, and again, I think he would agree, those were more sophomore Trevor throws right there. But, I mean, he had some other ones where he stepped up and has really showed his growth. And I think he's going to continue to do that. I don't think this game should damage his confidence whatsoever.
No.
It's just, you just got to just find a way to limit turnovers. And that goes for any game. It's not just the Frontier League game or anything, a road game. You got to do that in all games. And you got – you're guaranteed at least 7 more of these games, and this team still has a chance to do something special, even sitting at 1-1 on the year.
Yeah, no question. And like you said, Trevor, he's just got to have a short memory and go back to practice and look forward to that next game and start over from there. That's all you can do. I mean, he didn't have a terrible game. No. He just didn't have the game that he had last week, and you just can't do that every week.
No, and playing, I think, would look like a little bit more physical and a little better.
No question about it.
Defense, especially the defensive front from Spring Hill. Again, Spring Hill, no slouches whatsoever. I mean, they came in, they were probably favored to be the Frontier League champions if there were actually odds on that for high school sports.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of those you don't obviously ever want to lose, but it's not a season ender. Either.
No.
And there's still plenty of room to go. We're going to step aside. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we'll finish up our analysis of this game, and we will announce our Kevin Gallagher American Family Insurance Player of the Game here on the Brothers Market Postgame Show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
Midwest Chiropractic Center in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs is ready to get you back to being the active, energetic person you want to be. Dr. Robert Shook and Dr. Daniel Hauga at Midwest Chiropractic offer caring, high-quality, and comprehensive care, including chiropractic care, acupuncture, and school and DOT physicals. Now offering Saturday appointments in Bonner Springs and Tonganoxie to better serve you. To schedule your appointment, call 913-369-0022 or visit them at mwchiropractic.com.
Get back in the game with Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie. As a state-of-the-art outpatient physical therapy clinic, Physical Therapy Solutions will develop a plan of care to help you move, reduce pain, restore function, and prevent disability. Physical Therapy Solutions takes great pride in delivering current, quality-driven treatments. And now get occupational therapy in the office or at home on an outpatient basis. Call 913-417-7400 or visit ptsolutionsks.com.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission understands that the benefits of recreation are endless. Participating in community recreation is not only fun, but also healthy and educational. The Tonganoxie Rec Commission encourages all ages and abilities to participate in recreational activities. That's why they're continually working to develop programs for all the residents of Tonganoxie. To see the latest sports and program offerings and to get signed up, visit them at tongirec.org or call 913-845-3502.
Welcome back, the Brothers Market postgame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. And while we're speaking of Brothers Market, let's look back at the area matchups that we talked about during our pregame show. Again, also brought to you by Brothers Market. We start with Bishop Miege. They were on the road against Blue Valley Southwest, and looks like they have held on to win 51-21. St. James Academy falling to the Blue Valley Tigers 17-3, and St. Thomas Aquinas handled the Huskies from Blue Valley Northwest 28-14. As we keep scrolling down here, Piper and Basel Linwood, a close one there, as it always is. It says still in progress. Piper up 20-17. Bobcats potentially going down to 0-2. I don't even remember the last time the Basel Linwood Bobcats started the football season 0-2. That might be something to keep an eye on. DeSoto Wildcats meeting their maker with the Washburn Rule Blues, 28-14. Blues take down the Wildcats in that one. And Shawnee Heights on the road knock off the Lansing Lions in a classic, 23-19. Up there, Leavenworth handling Topeka West, 21-6. And Topeka Seaman all over the Golden Bears from Turner, 46-0. Into Frontier League we go. Ottawa Cyclones put up a 30-burger and hold the Baldwin Bulldogs scoreless. They win 30-0. Eudora Cardinals do what they do against the Bonner Spring Braves, 55-8. Paola and Lewisburg, the Wildcats winning the Battle of the Felines there, 35-20. You had our game here, 36-29. Chieftains fall to the Broncos, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit further. We're going to preview our matchup next week just a little bit, and that is the Chanute Blue Comets. They go to 2-0 on the year as they defeat the Pittsburgh Dragons 27-8, and that is who Tongi will be hosting next Friday back at home. They will host the Chanute Blue Comets.
Yeah, they were tough last year. We went down to Chanute and we actually got beat in that game.
Yeah, and something still just to kind of remember here. We had talked about it earlier in the game that this Tongi offense, and not just the offense, it's the Tongi team, but that they are still struggling to try to find a road win under pressure. This now makes 6 straight road losses under head coach Preston Troyer, and you see that Chanute one right there, 41-17. That was the outcome last year, and there were a lot of seniors on that Chanute team. Some of them have graduated, but there is still some stout talent on that Chanute team, and it's not going to be an easy one.
No.
Chieftains are going to have to they're going to have to move on from this one. They're going to have to learn from the mistakes in the film tomorrow morning, and get ready for a tough Chanute team coming in. I also believe that's the homecoming game as well, so you never want to lose on homecoming. So we are going to move on now as we wrap up the Brothers Market postgame show here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's now time to announce our player of the game, brought to you by Kevin Gallagher, American Family Insurance. Kevin with American Family Insurance has been serving Tonganoxie for over 25 years. For all your insurance needs, home, life, auto, and more, the Kevin Gallagher Agency is there to serve you every step of the way. Do you want me to do the honors, or would you like to do them?
No, I think you can do the honors. I did it last week, I think, didn't I?
You did, and this is always, it's unfortunate. You always want to give these out with a victory, but still, I think, without a doubt, we couldn't give it to anybody else but Colton Brusman tonight. He was arguably the biggest reason why and how Tongi was able to make this comeback.
Yeah.
The way they did, scoring 3 straight touchdowns in the second half, and 2 of them were from him, a big 35-yard touchdown run. And then when they were down 5 points or whatever it was, Good punt from Spring Hill, pins him down at the 98-yard line. We said, all right, here's a long sustained drive coming up, and then it just takes Colton Brusman one play, 98 yards. He takes it to the house. That bumped his average up to 7 yards tonight. 28 carries, 198 yards. 190 last week, 198 this week. So he is off.
He's a good pick.
He's off to a great senior campaign tonight. There were definitely some other contenders. If it wasn't him, I'd say Tyler Pankey.
Yeah.
He made some big catches and some big plays. Todd Brown, definitely leading receiver tonight for Tonga, 144 yards, including a 54-yard touchdown reception. But unfortunately, Chieftains just fall a little bit short tonight as they are defeated by the Spring Hill Broncos 36-29. As you can see, they're starting to shut the lights down on us here at Spring Hill. So we're going to wrap it up here. When we will see you next, it will be next Friday. We have no, at least to my knowledge yet, no soccer, no volleyball games on the docket yet. Of course, that is always subject to change. That's why I encourage everybody that's still sticking around, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube page and give us a like and hit that notification bell so you never miss a broadcast of Chieftain Athletics on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Any final parting words, partner?
Well, like I said, you can't hang your head if you're a Tonganoxie Chieftain tonight. I think you got to be happy with the effort, but unfortunately, they just came up a little short.
Yep, just a little bit short. But this is still something I think this is. You always hear about those losses. Maybe they'll learn more from the loss and they'll gain anything from a win. And I think maybe this could be something that can light a fire in their stomachs.
Yeah.
They could come out against Chanute. All the pageantry of homecoming and stuff, you got to find a way to not let that be a distraction. Because there's going to be football players in the court and stuff. You got to find a way to limit the distractions on that. Get mentally ready. Get focused. You got a tough Chanute team coming up. This time they're making the 2.5-3 hour trip up to us. Shout out to Chanute for that, by the way. That is a heck of a drive.
Yeah, we did that last year.
We did it last year, but yeah, it should be a great game against the Blue Comets. It's going to be another physical one, and they got a week. Tonga has a week to recover and get ready to host them next Friday for homecoming. So we thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Again, it is, as always, presented by Kansas Insurance. At Kansas Insurance, they personalize coverage designed for you. As an agency, they believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. You can give them a call and see how they can help you protect what matters most at 913-369-6600. Thank you all for watching tonight. Alongside Dennis Drennan, I'm Dylan Funk saying good night, and we will see you at homecoming next Friday at home as the Chieftains host the Blue Comets from Chanute.
You've been watching Tonganoxie High School Athletics on your new home for the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Learn more at kansasins.com. Also by